Welcome back to the party, everybody. This is Morty, and I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Everybody hit that like and subscribe. You know I would do it for you. And let's party. Big shout out to the replay gang. Thank you so much for coming back to watch this, even though you missed the live party, guys. That is the best part. So make sure you're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes whenever I feel like it. So hit that subscribe, ring the bell, and you will never miss an Indian Jesus live party ever again. If you'd like to support the channel, head on over to TheIndianJesus.com for your very own official merch. You put on a travel mug and a bunch of other stuff only at TheIndianJesus.com. Guys, we do also have a Discord server that is absolutely free to join. 24/7, we are hanging out in there. I see some people planning a movie night tonight. Bunch of stuff going on there. And again, it is absolutely free. Great place to meet people and have interesting conversations. And again, it's free. However, if you are a member of this channel here on YouTube, you can scroll right below the video, hit that join button. There's a few different tiers here, but the first one is just $2.99 a month. Gets you members-only live streams here on YouTube, all that good stuff, and it opens up the full Discord server. There's secret channels and the voice channel that as soon as we are done here with this stream, we are going over there, and we don't have to worry about any YouTube censors, and you are not stuck behind your keyboard. You're actually on screen with me and everybody else. It is a good time. Come and join us. All right. We are getting close, guys. We are getting close to the election. We are getting close to the election, and there's pros and cons. The pros, we can get all of this done and know and not be on bated breath to see what is going to happen to the future of this country. But then also, we're going to have some other stuff to talk about than Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. As much as I do love me some Donnie T, that's really all that's been going on. And so luckily for my purposes and your purposes, we went to cover the women's town hall yesterday, and between the heat and the issues they had there, they didn't really get to talk about much. And so Trump went on the PBD podcast with Valuetainment, and let's check that out. As always, guys, if you cannot hear the video, please do let me know.
So I want to get right into it. I got a lot of questions I want to ask you. Some of it's personal, some of it's business, some of it's politics. But something happened last week. Barack Obama, he's at this event, he's speaking. Right. And he's given this message about your economy, how great the economy was. And then at the end of it, he says, you didn't build that economy. I built this. I kind of want to get your reaction on this talk that he's given. Rob, if you can put that up.
And I mean, before you even see it, you know exactly what it is. Well, everything that is good about my presidency is because of me, and everything that's bad about my presidency is the president before me. It's the same old thing.
And the reason some people think, wow, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good because it was my economy.
That is Obama calling you stupid. That is Obama calling you and all the people in that audience stupid.
We had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him. It wasn't something he did. I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time. So just in case everybody has a hazy memory.
We don't have a hazy. Unfortunately for you, Barry, we remember exactly. What happened. And this ain't it.
He didn't do nothing except those big tax cuts.
So how do you feel about this when you see him saying this last week?
I think he's angry. He pretends not to be, but I think he's an angry guy. He's a nasty guy. He's got a little bit of an edge, and he's angry about a lot of things. You look at what happened with Biden, and you look at what he did with Biden. He really hurt Biden because I'm not sure he wouldn't have imploded anyway. We had the debate, and he was down quite a bit, and they walked out, and they just took it away from him. I mean, if you think about it, they stole the election from a sitting president. That's, I always say coup. But the word coup, I don't think it's accurate enough. They just walked in and took it away from him.
True. I mean, you can't argue with that. Shout out to Carl Johansson. Welcome to the party. So like the rolled up sleeves and unbuttoned collar psyop. He's just one of the people. Who? What? Is that PBD? I didn't even look at what he was wearing. But welcome to the party.
But the word coup, I don't think it's accurate enough. They just walked in and took it away from him.
Hey, we got TV Viewerski. Said, hail Morty, that is here. That is our co-host, the Overlord. And guys, don't forget, every single donation comes with a treat for Morty. Oh, Obama, I didn't even notice that. The rolled up sleeves and the rolled up sleeves and the unbuttoned.
He didn't do nothing except those
One of the people.
cuts.
So how do you feel about
Good eye. Welcome,
when you
guys.
see him saying this last week?
I think he's angry. He pretends not to be, but I think he's an angry guy. He's a nasty guy. He's got a little bit of an edge, and he's angry about a lot of things. You look at what happened with Biden, and you look at what he did with Biden. He really hurt Biden because I'm not sure he wouldn't have imploded anyway. We had the debate, and he was down quite a bit, and they walked out, and they just took it away from him. I mean, if you think about it, they stole the election from a sitting president. That's, I always say coup, but the word coup, I don't think it's accurate enough. They just walked in and took it away from him. That is.
I guess they didn't really need to do much. It's not like he was on, he was on Twitter or whatever. They just posted it for him. So, I mean, coup is a strong word in the sense that like nothing really happened, but the importance and the significance of just casting him aside is definitely substantial.
It's a legendary thing. He didn't want to give up. He's angry now. They're all angry.
I was just going to say that. They're all angry.
They're both angry. But no, I watched that last week, and I think he spoke down to black men. I thought it was terrible the way he spoke to them.
You think it's effective? You think he still carries the same stick as he did, maybe 8 years ago or 12 years ago?
No, I don't think it is. No, I don't think he does. I think people have gotten smart.
No. And whoever asked who's that, this is Morty, our overlord and co-host.
And no, I don't believe he does at all. I hadn't seen him. He's changed a lot. Visually, he's changed. I like to say visually as opposed to from the look standpoint, because of course looks don't matter anymore in politics. You say looks don't matter. It doesn't make any difference because we want to be politically correct, but they do matter. But he's changed. His look has changed actually quite a bit. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Good catch, Carl. Good catch.
By the way, Rob, I think that's even 4 years ago. I think it's even more than it is.
Well, no,
today.
but the statement he just made was a couple of days ago, and that
it was a couple of days ago, and it's similar to the.
And that was. This is before his presidency and after. And I mean, to be fair, who was it? George Bush, was it? I forget. But one of them really aged like 20 years in like 4. It was wild.
Statement he just made was a couple of days ago, and that
it was a couple of days ago, and it's similar to.
Hey, shout out to STFUFFS. I don't know if you're here, but he just joined the Discord. Glad to have you. I do not remember if you are a member. Send me a DM so I can get you those permissions so that you get into the after party.
The statement he made back in 2012 when he told business owners, "You didn't build that." Remember when he said that? I don't know if you remember that whole comment. I think this is the speech, Rob. If you want to play this,
if you got a business that you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen. What?
Huh?
That you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
So
what does that even mean? If you built it, somebody else built it. And if they built it, then we built it. Did he have a Kamala moment? Like what is this?
This becomes a pattern of
communism.
You see a pattern of communism there?
No, I mean, that's basically the view.
Get up.
We didn't do anything.
Right.
Government did it. Somebody did it, but anybody but us.
Do you think this works with the undecided voter? Do you think the undecided voter that's sitting, our audience, they're entrepreneurs, they're small business owners, they're family, they have kids, they want to win, they got dreams, they want to do something. Do you think a message like that from him lands on the business owner, on the undecided voter, on the person that says, you know what, I think he's right, I'm going to go vote for him? Do you think it works?
I think it works in the opposite, at least today, at least in this climate, in this political climate, it works in the opposite way. And we can see that. We can see that people are like, who do you think you are? I don't owe you anything and you don't own me.
I think you don't have that many undecided voters. I think by now you have very strong Trump voters. I don't think you have strong Democrat voters, but I don't think you have strong Kamala voters. What's to vote for? I mean, take a look. She can't do an interview. Has she been in here to do an interview?
No, not yet.
I don't think you'll see her. She's
claiming she's going to go on Rogan.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, right.
So am I.
I don't think there could be anything worse for her candidacy than just like endorse. I don't think even endorsing Donald Trump, and I am not being facetious, I genuinely think that if we have two different timelines, and one, she goes on Joe Rogan and does whatever she does, and one, she doesn't go on Joe Rogan, but she says, you know what, actually, I think Donald Trump would be a better president than me. I think when endorsing Donald Trump would be better for her campaign than going on Joe Rogan.
I heard.
Anybody disagree?
I have
She's claiming she's going to go on Rogan.
Well, that'll be interesting. So am I.
I heard.
But I think I am. I don't know. I think so.
Every time it comes up, and it's only been a few times that they've been talking about it, like, I am, well, I think, I maybe, I don't know. He's being very hush-hush about it. If I had to guess, they have nothing planned. And this is his way of getting in. Because, what's his face? Rogan has been very open about how he doesn't want to help Trump, but he's also seen a lot more of the light recently. And, there has to be a point where if you are a rational person and you're paying attention, you see past all of that. And it's not like Joe was some wokey, but I think it's going to happen. You said there appears to be at least 3 timelines. What's the third? Where she doesn't do either and she still loses?
I heard.
But I think I am. I don't know. I think so. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens today with Brett Baer. Brett's
Oh, and it was interesting. In case you did not catch that, I did cover that in full. Check it out.
2 people. He can be very nice or he can be himself.
He was tough on you. If he's tough on her the way he was tough on you, he was
not tough. He was not tough. That was just not a fluff piece. There's a difference.
Very tough on you.
He was always nasty to me. And
right.
I don't think he'll be tough on her. I don't think he'll be. Fox is a very disappointing thing. During the day, Fox is just terrible. And but
I want to show something with this. When you look at this whole Barack Obama thing, I think the one thing they don't show, you were talking yesterday, I think it was the Bloomberg event, which, by the way, I loved. I love the way you handled the whole terrorist conversation. That was a great event.
I got hoodwinked to go on that. I was supposed to make a speech in front of the Chicago Economic Club, which is a big deal, which is a very prestigious place, beautiful. Everything was beautiful. And all of a sudden, I understand I'm being interviewed by this gentleman. And he's got a reputation for being about, I'd love to see him do Kamala. He should do Kamala. That would be beautiful. But he's a tough cookie, and he's the chairman of Bloomberg. He's a big guy. So all of a sudden, I'm being interviewed, and I wasn't happy about it because.
Hey, there he is, our new Discord member, STFU FFS. Welcome to the party. Said all presidents age like day-old milk. Well, all except Orange Hitler. I mean, he's definitely aged, but it mainly looks like just because he's older, not because the presidency. The side-by-sides are not the same. They're not the same. He is built different. I mean, I don't know how many of you are still fans of Bert Kreischer, the comedian, but he was respectable at one time. And he would talk about the Mickey Mantle gene, and I think Trump's got it.
He's a big guy. So all of a sudden, I'm being
welcome
interviewed,
to the party, brother.
And I wasn't happy about it because I found out that he is, his reputation precedes him. And but I decided to do it. You have a choice: walk out and don't do it and have a scandal, or go in and do it and hopefully win, or you go in and do it and you get killed, which is probably the worst. But it was a great interview, actually. And he was nasty, but he wasn't overly nasty to me. I mean, other people thought he was. I thought nastier was David Muir when he kept interrupting me during the debate.
Well, there's a difference between being a journalist where you're not supposed to be friendly to the powers that be. You're supposed to be the check on that power. So you are supposed to be hard on them. You're not supposed to be on. But what he's talking about with David Muir, we all saw it during the debate, where he was injecting his own opinion. Well, I personally didn't think that you sounded sarcastic when you said the thing that you definitely just fact-checked that indeed was sarcastic. Just wanted to let you know. Nobody cares, bro. You ain't running for president. STVU said, Bert's comedy isn't my cup of tea. It's just too herpaderp for me. Well, I mean, like 10 years ago, I saw him at a local spot before he blew up, and you know, he was telling the machine story. Funny dude, but that's it. And like 10 years later, it's just that's it. That's all they got. I follow this one, channel. Shout out to Comedy Enforcement, who covers a lot of the Rogan Sphere podcasting drama stuff. And there's just always a video to make about Bert. It's just, Bert.
And saying false things like when I said crime is way up, and he said, no, crime is down. I said, you're wrong about that. Crime is up. And then 2 days later, it came out that crime is up.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, to me, that was much nastier than this gentleman. But it was really a study of business. It was a detailed study of business.
You're talking about with the Bloomberg one?
With the Bloomberg,
right.
And people loved it.
I agree. The tariff one. And the one thing I wanted to show is the following. So you know how you talked about Jerome Powell, what an easy job. You come once a month and he said, we're going to increase the rates.
Greatest job there is.
I think this is the one thing they don't talk about. So,
all right, the federal funds effective rate. I do not know anything about what this is, so hopefully they will explain it. Yeah, I have no idea what we're looking at.
Barack Obama got elected November 4th. Okay, quantitative easing started November 26th.
Right.
And it stayed for 8 years until you got elected.
Right.
So if you look at that low, pretty much 0% interest rate,
right,
and then you get elected, right? If you go to January 2016, Rob, for the audience to see that, and then from there, one by one, rates are going up, and then Biden comes in, goes back down to zero to try to save the economy, and then you know the rest is obviously history.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Shout out to the Funk Master General coming in hot and heavy with the $50 chat. Said, who's Morty? He is the overlord of all things large and small. The earth will shake and the skies will turn black when he releases his spirit in his true form. His wrath will rid the world of those that will call less than intelligent. And there it is. And of course, a $50 super chat. I gotta give my man his peanut butter. Yummy, yummy, yummy. There we go. Thank you so very, very much, sir. Welcome to the party. And I cannot tell you. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll keep him here so you can see him. You can see him right there in the corner. I don't want to block him for you, but thank you. And of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. Thank you so much. Morty knows what is good. And so does Funk. Thank you, sir. All right, what the fuck are they talking about here?
And Biden comes in, goes back down to zero to try to save the economy, and then you know the rest is obviously history.
Right.
But do you think the average person knows like the impact of going to 0%? How much does that positively help the impact when Fed lowers the rates to 0.5 point?
Yeah, it has a huge impact. The power of the Fed is, I think, pretty strong. Some people disagree with it. They think it's overridden by the interest rate climate, but I think the power of the Fed is very strong. It's an interest.
Look how happy he is. I love you guys. Just the fact that he is so happy right now. That is worth all the money in the world. Thank you so much. Thank you. Everybody put FMG in the goddamn chat. SDFU said crime is crazily up. The DOJ refused to release the results, but deaths of black men doubled from 2019 to 2022. And a huge number of them are under 20 years old. And of course, if they're 19, between the ages of 1 and 19, those are counted as child deaths by Pew Pew. Sad. Yeah, so many of the number one cause of death is for children is firearms. I don't want don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but it feels deliberate. Yeah, it definitely is. Shout out again to our boy. Thank you.
Overridden by the interest rate climate, but I think the power of the Fed is very strong. It's an interesting graph, actually.
Yeah, this just shows that the rates didn't help you. You know, when he says well,
they didn't use them to help me.
Right.
And Powell, I gave him a hard time because he was raising them. And I was never a big fan of his. He was late and he was early. He was too early and too late, but I had the greatest economy in history. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. Despite that, this is another thing I can say, despite the fact that they weren't very high, but they were, reasonably high. And despite the rates not being at zero, I had a pretty good, we had a great run.
So if you
I get they're just talking. I assume they're just talking about the economy in general, and so yes, we're not going to be going through the entire podcast. When we try to do that, we can't finish it anyway. So I figured let's just go with the clips, and that one started off with some Obama hate, and now we're moving on to Van Jones.
when I think about the 2024 election, I saw some numbers that came out, which I thought was fascinating.
Right.
Rob, if you can pull this up from CNN. So this is CNN reporting on this just 2 days ago. Okay, Barack Obama, when it comes down to black men.
So the overnight federal fund rate specifically, but like what I don't know, like what is the where does that land in people's daily lives? I mean, you gotta stay up here, man. Come on, people are paying for a show. Oh, you back there? All right, even better. There we go. But yeah, like what the numbers clearly show that Biden fucked everything up and Trump was doing well. But in what specific area? You say that is what the chart was, largely affects lending. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Moving on.
And reporting on this just 2 days ago. Okay, Barack Obama, when it comes down to black men ages 18 to 44, he was up 81 points in November of 2012. Hillary was up 63 when she went against you.
Yeah.
Biden was up 53. Kamala, who is apparently black, she's up 41.
Okay, so if you apply for a loan or get a credit card or anything, the Fed rate impacts that. Gotcha. Thank you, sir.
And
what do you mean by apparently?
I mean, that's what they're telling us.
Oh.
Black.
Yeah.
Biden was up 53. Kamala, who is apparently black, she's up 41. And
what do you mean by apparently?
I mean, that's what they're telling us. We're supposed to believe she's black.
No,
and,
it's much better than no. See, I would never say a thing like that. But just say, don't explain what you mean. No, I don't want to put you in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he's like, I don't give a shit.
I was gonna throw it onto your shoulders. Apparently, well, no, you could explain it because I understand.
I'm very comfortable explaining it because overnight.
Hey, look who we got in the building! The next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Welcome to the party. TV said that's the deepest rabbit hole of them all, the Fed. I believe it. And I know I am very, very ignorant when it comes. I mean, obviously I know like the basics, but as far as the rabbit hole, I have not gone too far down. But welcome. Good to see you, sir.
You could explain it because I understand.
I'm very comfortable explaining it because overnight, she's doing a show. She's supposed to be Indian. And then all of a sudden now it's black, but it's not landing with the average American. So if you look at
do you think black men, that's why she's not doing well?
Well, watch this.
Some people say that.
In 2016, you had 13% of male black voters 18 to 44. Right. In 2020, you had 18%. In 2024, you're at 26%. It's doubled in 8 years. The question I'm asking you is the following. Back in 1960, 64% of African Americans would vote Democrat.
Right.
Okay. 1960. 64% of blacks vote.
The other was pretty much conservative. African Americans have historically been very conservative.
Okay.
Barry Goldwater, the issue happens, 1964. Right. It goes from 64% Democrat to 92%.
Damn.
And it's been between 85 to 92% since 1964.
I mean, 64 makes sense. Look how goddamn cute he is. 1964 makes sense. But the fact that we haven't, we've only have a margin of error of 7 points since then. That is wild. To tell me that there is not some level of I don't know how to articulate it. I don't know what the word is, but there's no slave mentality within the black community to the Democratic Party. I mean, until Obama just said that thing the other day. I feel like, is that not proof? Is that not proof? It'll be very, very interesting to see the exit polls this time around. SDFU said Glenn Lowry did an interview with the deranged cuck Destiny, and he talked about how he knows both sides of Kamala's family, both personally and professionally, and their race is questionable. Yeah, there was Kamala, or not Kamala, Jesus fucking Christ. Candace Owens came out with something that I just saw it on TikTok. I didn't see the actual YouTube thing, but she was like, I talked to the person, I talked to Grandma Mammy or whatever was in that picture. I talked to her, and she's like, yeah, I'm not her grandma. I'm just some lady in the book, in Kamala's book. She's like, that's my grandma. Lies.
Right? You've come in and you've shaken things up. Do you think 2024 is going to be one of those moments where African-American men, they're like, listen, I'm sick and tired of Democrats feeling like they own me. Yep. I think I'm going to go to the other side. Do you think 2024 could be one of those years that we look back and say they lost the African-American vote?
They really lost it for a while, the Republicans. I mean, it started, I guess, with Barry Goldwater, if you look at the charts. But I did criminal justice reform. That's a big thing. They've been trying to get it. You know, I saw a guy named Van Jones. He's I don't think anybody knows who he is. He's a commentator for CNN. And he came to see me in the White House, and he was crying.
I remember that.
He was crying because I bring these things up because it's a lack of, I don't know, there's something about loyalty. You help somebody with something. He came in with a fairly large group of people.
Mm-hmm. Look at that beta. And look at that cutie. Oh my God. I can't help it. He's so goddamn cute.
Mostly black people. And he was devastated because criminal justice reform wasn't going to happen. Obama didn't do it, and didn't even come close. Bush didn't try. Nobody was going to do it. And I'm the only one that could have done it. And he was with a group of people that was
amazing.
They were begging to do it. They were 5 votes short, and they had to be conservative votes because there was nobody else left, right? And I guess you needed the 61 or 60 something. Mm-hmm. Maybe 66, but 61 is a hard vote. And he made a plea to me, Van Jones, total sleazebag. He made a plea to me to help him and help this group of people. And they explained how for years they've been trying to get it, and they've been unable to get it. And I said, well, let's take a look at it. And I studied it for a little while and spoke to them. And I said, you know what, I'm going to help you. It's going to help the black people in particular. Mm-hmm.
What a racist. Goddamn racist. SFU said the Democrat plantation programming is strong with black men and is institutionalized through social interactions and families. Don't step out of line or you get voted off the island of blackness. It's that in having conversations with very few people who are black and willing to have the engage the conversation, where I say the black community is hurting you specifically as an individual, as well as many other black Americans. Not very many black people are willing to have that conversation. But the few that have not been able to circle the square of why you feel the need to buddy up or associate yourself with people that you don't know, specifically those who are not doing nice things. Like we're not talking. I mean, even if we were talking about Obama, like he was the president. Okay, but we're talking about, oh, the black man, this, that, and you're talking about criminals. You're talking about people that you don't know, things that you would never do, things that you would never support from anybody, but they're black, so now they're one of yours. That doesn't make sense, dude. I think it's just like it's institutionalized. It's institutionalized. Funkmaster said, I get sad thinking back how sad Van Jones was pretending to be that day. Oh, you do not have to think back at all. Shout out to PBD. They got the clip.
And I'm going to get it for you guys,
I think.
And I called up 5 very conservative senators. And I'll never forget one of the senators who was in charge of it. He was literally leading the charge against it. And I mean, his whole career was this. He was going to stop criminal justice reform. Not because he was, anti-black, just he didn't like it. He didn't want it. And he was in the papers every day. He's fighting it, winning very easily. And I helped him get elected. Without me, he wouldn't have gotten elected. I'll never forget it. I called him up. Now, he's in the heat of passion. He is fighting this all the way. Not something he would ever give up. He couldn't, there's some things you can't. I call him up. He gets on the phone. I didn't say a word. I said, hello. And he goes, I'm giving it to you. I said, what are you giving me? I'm giving you criminal justice reform. That's why you're calling, right? I said, it is why I'm calling.
Getting the deal done. And as I'm watching this, like, okay, this isn't the most exciting thing that I've ever seen. Like I say, now there's nothing else to talk about except Trump. I would love if there was some, smaller debate that we could pick apart. That's just there ain't nothing happening with this. Not that this is bad, but we've been talking about Trump and Kamala and all that stuff in the election. But just try to imagine. If Kamala was in this studio, if PBD was trying to give her the opportunity, maybe he really genuinely believes that she just hasn't gotten a good shot to articulate herself and to speak her piece. This wouldn't happen. She can't do this. STP said they feel like they need to circle the wagons to defend from outside criticism. The same thing happens with my Mexican family, but I'm a natural-born contrarian, so I strongly embrace my middle finger. There you go. There you go. Be a goddamn individual. This is America, Jack.
He said, you got me elected. I disagree with you, but I'm giving it to you just like that. I said.
And that's respect. That is respect. I don't know. I don't know if you're a man watching. I don't know if you don't know what's good. I don't know if you've never gotten the look of someone who'd be like, bet, I respect you. That's that right there. That's one of the coolest things I've ever heard, because I also have the opposite where I got a lot of people elected. When I endorse somebody in history, and I don't want to brag, but in history, you can get another chart on that one. I mean, I'm like 289 and almost nothing for endorsements. And he said, you got me elected. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. And I did, but I got a lot of people elected and some of them forget. And I said, that's the coolest thing. I said, thank you. I said, do you mind if I call a couple of the, nope, you do whatever you want. Now, this is a guy who was the leader of the. There you go. T. Viersky said Kamala has to boss girl. They've stuck her in a persona of never being able to question leadership. I disagree. Because you're using, we already did this, and so this is hypocritical. That's what they do. And they already are doing that with her own positions. So I agree with you. We would point that out. But her followers, which were like, oh, okay, she fell in line all the way through her career, and that's why now it's her turn, but she is a leader. Because they said so. And joy. Buckmaster said we can talk about that time I fought off 5 banditos with a shake weight. That is an after party story. Join as a member. Join the Discord.
The fight. I didn't even. He knew what I was calling for because he knew
he's back.
That I was going to help Van Jones. This Van Jones guy. I was going to help him, and you'll understand why I'm being nasty to him now, because what happened later is disgraceful. So I said, "Thank you very much, Senator. I'm so happy that I did help you. I think loyalty is a great thing." And that was the end. So I had his vote. I then called 4 other guys,
loyalty,
all of whom were against it. And I said, I'd love to have, and they, they don't do it for a lot of presidents, but they do it for me. And I got them 5 votes that they needed, and criminal justice reform passed. Right. Then, and I was happy for them. I was happy for everybody. Everybody was happy. They couldn't believe they got it done. And it was something that really, the black population wanted far more than anybody else. I've never even heard it mentioned with other people. It was mostly the black population. And they've been fighting it for like, what you'd say, 40, 50 years, right?
64.
So we got
40, 50 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I got it done. I got something done. I got a lot of things done that nobody else got done. And so what happens is.
You mean like being a president without starting a war? Did that.
Van Jones and all, they called for a news conference that night. The vote was taken. They got it done. And I said to my wife, come on over here. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to watch. Watch this. This gentleman was in my office a number of weeks ago, and he needed votes, and I got it done. It'll be nice to watch somebody really say something nice about your husband. I said that to Melania. And I said, watch this. And they got up and they spoke. But Van Jones got up. And it was a little, I don't get too embarrassed. You know, he got up, he thanked this one, he thanked that one, he thanked this one, that one.
It's interesting how, as like, we know Trump is good, you know, just off the cuff, talking like a normal person. Compared to other politicians, it's interesting how the bar is so fucking low. It's so low that, you know, I mean, he's not doing much here. They're just having a conversation. So I'm not throwing shade, but the fact that we are not even primed for the people who are leading the country to be able to have these long form discussions and not be boring and not lie and all that stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying this, but I'd be lying if I said this is super exciting. It's very important, but it's definitely not exciting. And you know, all the energy that it's a good testament to how much he feeds off the energy of the crowds at the rally. But just an interesting thing. Shout out to Damaris. Welcome to the party. And we got Morty over here. Got some peanut butter thanks to our boy Funk Master General. Say Morty could destroy us all with a thought. But look at him there, just jamming his head into a peanut butter jar. A god among men. Behold! Behold!
He thanked this one, he thanked that one, he thanked this one, that one. The only one he didn't thank was Donald Trump. And I look at that sleazebag now and I say, he's got bad way. You
know that went through the not the PC filter, but the let's make this sound a little nicer. He got in a bad way. SFU said Van Jones is a backstabbing little punani. Like straight bitch made energy with that guy. Beta. Straight beta. And yeah, he was ready to say something vulgar.
He's got bad way. I looked at him. I saw him last night, and he was on CNN, which is dying, by the way, in the ratings, because they have people like him on. And I watched him last night say how he hopes I'll be defeated. And we should defeat him. We have to fight him. He should be allowed to be.
Democracy.
And I said, you know,
keep hoping. Keep playing that same old tune. That's worked so much.
Normally I'd say I wish I had that vote back, but I did the right thing. But
why do I think he praised you? Why do I think he got emotional crying?
No,
giving you credit about what you did.
I don't know. All I can tell you is he was crying in my office. That's probably what you heard. Before he got it, he was crying. He was literally, they went over to him with handkerchiefs. He was crying. Tears were pouring down his eyes before, but after he wasn't crying. Not that I know. But so he didn't mention me the night of the news conference. He was leading the news conference, and I don't need it. I get mentioned plenty of times, et cetera, et cetera. But I watched last night. It's a good place to say this, actually. It's better than writing out a truth, whatever. But I watched last night, and I watched him talk about how I must be defeated. You know, I'm a bad guy or something. And
Van Jones is saying this.
Yeah. He said it last night. I saw him last night. I don't watch CNN. Honestly, I don't watch it, but I happen to.
Exactly. We have to destroy our democracy to save our democracy.
You know, I'm passing it, and I see him on, and I watched him talking about essentially negative about me. You know, what difference does it make? Nobody.
Come on, bro. You were watching CNN. Just say you were watching CNN. You're running for president. They're talking about you. It's fine. Just say you were watching CNN.
And I see him on, and I watched him talking about essentially negative about me. You know, what difference does it make? Nobody cares what they do. They have, they've been fighting me for years, and, you know, I became president. I did much better the second time than I did the first, and now I'm doing it the third time. And if the election's not rigged, we're going to win. If it is rigged, I guess that's a different story, but we'll find out pretty soon. But I watched this guy last night against me, even if he was a little against me, but he wasn't. He was like, you know, we have to defeat Trump. We have to defeat him. And I've watched him a little bit over the years, and every time I watch him, I say, what a sleazebag he is, you know, what a bad guy. But I did it for black people. I did it for, it was purely the only people that told me about criminal justice reform were African Americans. That's all. And I did it for them. I also did historically black colleges and universities. And
they love talking about those HBCUs, right? So this whole segment basically has just been Van Jones is a little bitch. I helped that motherfucker out, and then he stabbed me in the back.
I got them financing. I would see the heads of colleges come down after 2 years. They would come to Washington, like 45, 50 people, a group. They'd always come in a big group. And I got to know them a little bit because they had to come through my office to get funding. And after the second time, I said to him, why do you keep coming down here for funding? Don't they give you? He said, no, they make us feel like beggars. That was the term. And a couple of them I got really frustrated. Some of them I still see a little bit. And I said,
am I missing something where it says we got one new member? Did somebody sign up or something? That is a treat for Morty, and I would like to thank you. So if you did, let me know. These YouTube numbers might be screwing with me, but if you did, you're tangling everything, Morty! All right. If you did, let me know so I can thank you. I really do appreciate it.
And a couple of them I got really frustrated. Some of them I still see a little bit. And I said, what does that mean? He said, every year we come down for funding for the black colleges and universities. And they play a great role, a very important role, in my opinion. So I said, so you mean every year you come down? We do. We come down together and we go and see senators and congressmen and we try seeing a president. But I got to
really quick. If I'm petting Morty like this, does it look like I'm jaying off?
No, and I said, this is no way to live where you come down. And I ended up getting them more money than they even wanted. And I got it done, and I got it long term. And I said, fellas, I just got this done for you. And I want to tell you a little secret. I'm unhappy about it. They said, why? I said, because I'll probably never see you again. You'll never come down to Washington to see me. And I meant that actually in a friendly way, because I got used to seeing them. They were always coming down looking for money. I took care of their needs long term.
And again, those are the little anecdotes like that where you could think to say that as a story that, I'm gonna, I'm giving you all this money, but I almost don't even want to because I like seeing you. That is such a Trump thing. These politicians, left or right, that's not how they think. That's not how they think. That's why he's different. And they're all so similar that different is enough for me. I mean, not like we haven't seen a presidency from him, but
more money than they wanted. I said, you're going to need more money than that. And I got it for them. And I think that's why black men really like me. And I think black women do too. But they have a woman who's black, although you would say she's Indian, but she is black. But she really, a lot of people didn't know, which is true. But
I learned about it just a couple months ago. Maybe,
that she's black or that she's Indian.
The fact that she's black, I thought she was Indian until
I said shit. Me too.
A couple months ago, things change. I mean,
a lot of people.
Because if you follow baseball, Sammy Sosa kind of, you sometimes have to respect people. They change, right? So I thought maybe she was doing a Sammy Sosa the other way.
Sammy's changed.
Right.
Put a one in the chat if you either have no idea who Sammy Sosa is, or if you have not seen recent pictures post his baseball career, pictures of Sammy Sosa. Because that is relevant.
People, they change, right? So I thought maybe she was doing a Sammy Sosa the other way.
Yeah, Sammy's changed.
Right.
People change.
If you remember Sammy Sosa.
He could hit the ball.
He could hit the ball 66 home runs.
Seriously, he was.
But I want to show you this. And by the way, the only reason I want to show you this is because I think Van Jones is scared of giving you credit. This is what Van Jones said after what you did. And it was the most uncomfortable moment on CNN because he had to thank you. If you can play this clip, Rob, I think this is the clip. Go for it.
Before we go there, if you're not familiar, this is Sammy Sosa, and this was the home run all-star. He uses steroids, but it's baseball. Who gives a shit? And this is the same guy. I don't know what time frame, but this. Did he die? Did he die? I feel like he died. No, he's alive and kicking. I mean, yeah, for real. Look at that. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? And it was all like, it was like all skin bleaching stuff. Wild stuff. Yeah. Yep. And Kamala's doing the inverse. Sosa skin bleaching. Yikes. Well, good for him. Good for him. You know, he was around when, you know, with him and Mark McGwire and all them. I was never a baseball fan, but you know, the fact that I know those names just shows how much of a moment they had. And the people who were against steroids very much went very hard. And I think if it's not combat sports, I really do not care. I really do not care. Hey, God said Elizabeth Warren is more Indian than Kamala is black. That is true. When you're right, you're right.
You think this is? By the way, one of your partners in working on this was Jared
Kushner. This is how many years ago? This is
the date on 29. This 5 years ago, December 18th, 2018.
Okay, play the
2000.
You just got that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is 6 years ago.
Yes, Trump. We have this thing called Google.
Well, if you can play this clip.
Father went to prison and who fought on this as hard as this is history. This is history. Right now, you're witnessing history on the floor of the U.S. Senate. There's a Christmas miracle underway where, for the first time in a generation, Republicans and Democrats are arm in arm tonight, saying we are sending too many people to prison. They're coming out bitter and not better. We want to make a tremendous difference. I want to say Hakeem Jeffries on the left, Jared Kushner, and Donald Trump on the right have brought together a coalition like I've never seen.
He gave you credit.
Literally, the National Association of Manufacturers, Fox News,
I never saw
and
that
Sean
one.
Yeah, I'm glad you've seen it, because to me, you see, when I think about him, obviously, you know, his history. He was close to Obama, communist, all that stuff. He had to kind of drop. But at the same time, they don't want him saying something like this. I want to give Hakeem Jeffries, Jared, and you to give that credit.
No, we just want Kamala Harris, Dick Cheney, and Liz Cheney.
This is the part where even Dems are sitting there saying, how the hell do we argue against the fact that a Republican president that we're not supposed to like did this? Cut him off. Just give him 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Let's go to the next topic to bash him again. But it was kind of great to see Van Jones saying this about you.
It was.
I agree. It's a good thing that happened, but the culture around it, the feeling around it, that, oh man, this is so beneath me that I'm so begrudgingly giving Trump his due. Like, if it really is good, then what's the issue? I don't get it. Steve Mew said Hakeem Jeffries. Yeah, they finished that one there. Hakeem Jeffries is another pain in the arse. The arse. Where are you from? Saying arse. The arse. So Trump showing why he never shows hurt.
But
a son and a father go through 3 phases. Phase number 1, you idolize him.
Okay.
Phase 2, you demonize him. Phase 3, you humanize them. Okay.
I absolutely agree. That is very much. Yeah. That is the timeline of my relationship with Papa Lodge. Let's do it again.
Phase number 1, you idolize him.
Thought he could do no wrong.
Okay. Phase 2, you demonize him.
I hated him.
Phase 3.
Because he was a Republican, because he was a Donald Trump fan, because of all these things.
You humanize him.
And now, he's just a guy. He's a guy. He's a great guy. But he's just a guy. He's a human. Beautiful. I mean, I'd never heard that before, but very interesting. Do you guys have that? Does that map onto your life at all? Very curious. Going for God. There you go. Really? They censor ass? No way. Because I don't know. Yeah, to try to understand what it is, what the rules are, what they do and don't. I don't know. But shout out to San Diego. I don't know what to say, but hopefully things get better. San Diego's not as bad as like San Francisco, right? Hey, we got it. Ass, titties, ass and titties. Bumgatzer said the Ugandan nightmare has a big dick and a little dick on her side. True.
Okay.
Very interesting.
I'm like, very interesting. Like,
I always want to say that in like the UFC verse. In the UFC verse. Tonight, Donald J. Trump versus the Ugandan nightmare.
That you go through that, or you go from, idolize, oh my God, I want to be like my dad when I grow up. You know what? You don't ever believe in me. What can I do to make you proud? Like, man, I didn't know what he was going through, that kind of stuff. I should have never said this and that. I'm totally messed up, right? For you, there is one of the talks you're given, which, I understand, earlier mentor might tell me, never show hurt, never show pain, always be in the offensive, killer instinct, attack, So it's like, yeah, I'm a competitor. I'm a fierce guy. I'm going to get into business and insurance. They didn't like me because I was building an agency, 60,000 insurance agents nationwide. We sold it. I got a fat check, 88% owner.
I remember this part of the interview, and I did not expect it to go this way. So if you're not paying attention, wake up!
Realize there's a part of you got to stay tough, but then there's some parts you're like, wait a minute, I can't be tough with everybody, right? You're in, I want to say, is this Glendale, Rob? I don't know where it's at. This is last year, September. If you can play this clip, Rob, this is the first time where I watched you and I said, wow, okay, this is South Dakota. So this is Rapid City, South Dakota. You're speaking. And all of a sudden you have this moment. If you can play this clip, I want to get a reaction to this. Go for it, Rob.
Help build America into the greatest nation in the history of the world.
Can we play this? Ah! All right, well, that's the music. I've gotten so many copyright claims in the last 2 weeks. Shout out to Fuckmaster General and everybody else who is a member and donates, because they are trying to speaking about choking. They are trying to choke me out. But yeah, I mean, he gets choked up because he cares. It's real. It's real. No matter how many ways you want to go about it and be like Orange Man bad, at the end of the day, this is simply a man who cares about the country. You cannot get around that. He has demonstrated that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. He has demonstrated that, and exactly, STFU. Authenticity can't be faked. You know it. You know it. You can tell from, small YouTubers like myself to all the way up to the presidency. You can tell when somebody's bullshitting. You can tell. And maybe you don't know that you can tell until something really sticks out. But you can always tell something's off. And then that big thing happens. You're like, I knew it. I knew it. Motherfucker's full of shit. He's an ass. A smelly ass at that. And yeah, it cannot be faked. It cannot be faked. Let's look at it again without the, unfortunately, without the music. But yeah, just his facial expressions. Actually, wait. Okay, wait. Let's see if we got music. Let's. All right, this works. He's vibing. But we're looking at his facial expressions. He's not joking around. He's here with thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people around him. And and I wanted you to hear that, or look at that. That. Authenticity. It's not about showing this or that. It's not about the optics. It's about being a goddamn human being and just existing as a human being. We are so used to not being able to expect our politicians to act like humans. And when we do, it's like, is he not reptilian? STFU said it usually only takes one cackle for me to smell bullshit. Yeah, it's not hard, and we all get fooled. But at the it's never a long-term thing. Like, you might follow somebody and not really see the bullshit, but eventually if you are paying attention, there's going to be something. I knew it. Damaris, shout out to Damaris, said Trump wants to give back to the country. He wants to give back to the country that gave him the best life. Why is that so crazily impossible for people to believe? Propaganda, semantic obfuscation, and dogma.
45 seconds, you're holding yourself back?
Well, let me explain. So, I think I'm the only politician that ever spoke to music before. And I do that sometimes.
Spoke to music or spoke through music?
At the end of some of the rallies. That was a big rally. We had a lot of people. We have a lot of people at all the rallies.
Yeah, so if that was a particularly big rally, and there's a lot of people at all the rallies, then let's just make a conservative guess and say there's 25,000 people at that moment. That's a very conservative guess. There's 25,000 people cheering for you, chanting your name. And you're just there experiencing it. What more can you ask for from somebody in a situation when you are specifically looking for chinks in the armor, you're looking for signs that this is somebody that you can trust? What else do you want?
Had 100,000 people in Butler, more than 100 the other day, a couple of weeks ago. And we had in California just this last week, we had 107,000 people. So we get big crowds. And sometimes I do my final remarks with music. Now, I always get, I don't know if emotional or angry. I'm more angry than emotional because I don't, and I'm not sure I want to admit emotional, but no, I tend to wait when the music goes on. I tend to wait maybe 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds. So, I mean, I don't want to spoil your thing, but I want to be honest. No, it wasn't emotion. It is sort of anger, which is, of course, an emotion. But my closings for the rallies, sometimes I play that music and I talk about how bad we're doing, how badly we're doing terribly as a country. We're a third world nation. Look.
Okay, we're not a third world nation, but point taken. STF, you said Trump is one of the very few presidents of the last 100 years who left office poorer than he entered. Biden is leaving office with almost $100 million more money than he entered with. They are all corrupt, all but Trump. And again, I'm not willing to say that Trump is some saint. I'm sure he's done some underhanded shit. That is the name of the game. That is the name of the game. Until you find me somebody who legitimately has not done any shady shit, then that is irrelevant. That is irrelevant. That's a wash. That is a wash. Bro. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's give him a big fatty one. We got some fat on that one. Yeah. Thank you. Funk Master General. All right, let's go. You're gonna eat it off screen. There you go. Thank you so much. Out sponsoring himself. Guys, if you are not donating, you better at least be liking the goddamn donations. Funkmaster said the Book of Morty tells us in Book 2, verse 47, understand Orange Man is good, and the Overlord rules your face. Yes, sir. Always to the Overlord. Thank you so very, very, very much appreciated. And yeah, I mean, whether it's $10, $50, $1, guys, it's so greatly appreciated. And he don't know the difference. He's getting treats either way. So thank you so very, very much. All right, let's dive back in.
How badly we're doing terribly as a country. We're a third world nation. Look, we are a nation in decline. I mean, we are in serious decline. And now on top of it, they're allowing all these people to come in, and it's not sustainable, et cetera, et cetera. And I go into that during this. It's a different rally speech. I used to go right from my regular speech, and then the music would come on, and I didn't like it. Now the music comes on, and I wait 20 or so. So I don't want to ruin your thing, but that's...
Wait 20 seconds for what? What?
And I used to go right from my regular speech, and then the music would come on, and I didn't like it. So now the music comes on, and I wait 20 or so. So I don't...
For what? You wait 20 seconds for what? SDVU said Trump is a shark. And I heard someone say that Trump is someone that most people are only willing to do business with once. Well, that's business, right? Business is not about friends. It's about business. But you can be ruthless with integrity and loyalty. Absolutely. Again, I'm absolutely willing to say that maybe he was a little more ruthless and less integrity. But I do think he has I think loyalty is very, very high on his list. And again, I'm not looking to paint him as a saint. I don't care that he's cheated on his wife and that he'll do, underhanded deals for the people that he cares about. If he's saying he cares about our country and has demonstrated very clearly, losing all that money, taking bullets to the face, losing all the money from the court cases, the embarrassment, the non-stop barrage of vile insults for the last 8 years. I think he showed. I think he showed that despite being a shark, he is a shark for us. I'm literally not interested in who's on the other side when no one else is fighting for us. It's just either you see it or you don't, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating because it is very clear. And if people were willing to have more open discussions about this and be less emotional, or at least not even that less emotional. I get emotional, I get triggered, I get yelling and all that stuff, but logical and rational. What is it that you think is so bad here? Carl said it's the altar call to the Trump call at the end, call at the end of the rally service. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah.
Now the music comes on, and I wait 20 or so. So I don't want to ruin your thing, but that's
I'd like
to say I was crying but I didn't.
Here's why I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question because I think your life with Americans has been that.
Yeah.
I think you were idolized for decades.
Ooh.
Then you were demonized.
Call her daddy, call him daddy.
And I don't know, when I watch, Nixon at his wife's funeral, you see him,
First time.
Yeah. When you see Reagan,
if you don't see where he's going, this is such a great analogy. This is such a great analogy.
At his wife's funeral, you see him,
First time.
Yeah. When you see Reagan, when you see Putin, when it's one of his friends, when you see some of the most, Michael Jordan was a killer instinct when his father, when I think about, we don't have to play this, when I think about you, a lot of the folks I talk, I'm like, does this guy have feelings? Is he like that cold all the time? Is he that competitive that it's always never show hurt, never show emotion? Is it like that even at this phase? Like, can I get an ounce of feeling from the guy that I can sit there and say, man, I want to humanize this guy. This guy's like me. Why am I expecting this guy to walk on water? I don't know,
Fair enough. Shout out to Guam Tech. Welcome to the party, sir. Very, very, very good to see ya. Got your boy PBD with Trump here. Good to see you. Welcome.
I think there's an opportunity for you.
Yeah, I actually, Guam Tech, there's a very interesting dynamic that was set up with this part of the clip where where are we? 512.
A son and a father go through 3 phases. Phase number 1, you idolize him.
Okay.
Phase 2, you demonize him. Phase 3, you humanize him. Okay.
Right.
So he said that, and they were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, that definitely that fits my how my relationship with Papa Lutch has gone, and here he is now pulling it back.
Always never show hurt, never show emotion. Is it like that even at this phase? Like, can I get an ounce of feeling from the guy that I can sit there and say, man, I want to humanize this guy. This guy's like me. Why am I expecting this guy to walk on water? I don't know, I think there's an opportunity for you American people to go through that with you, to experience that. And by the way,
before we get there, Carl, I completely agree. I like Trump, but he's expendable. I'm not joining a personality cup. He does what we want, or he gets chucked out of the canoe. I completely agree. And I think I'm going to lose a lot of subscribers after the election when he wins, and I'm willing to be like, I don't like that and that and that and that and that and that and that about Trump. That's what I do. Now, outside of, little incidences, we don't really talk about the news like that. But big things, trust that, I'm being honest now when I want people to vote for him. Once he's already won, then yeah, I am, especially because the main purpose of Trump being Trump was already accomplished in 2016. The job wasn't finished, but the aspect that we need, specifically Trump, that's done. We could continue MAGA-ism, Trumpism, America first is whatever the fuck you want to call it. We got that. Now, I would prefer Trump to be at the helm compared to the other people that we see. But we have not a new generation, but our generation of people coming up and who are happily going to be able to carry on the torch. And like I've been saying for a long time, I am ready for Trump to be just off the table, so that the people who don't understand can see that it's not a personality cult. There may be people who are like that. That is going to be true about any large group. But the fact is, the base really does just believe in the things. Is it still? Oh, did you? Wait. Why wasn't I here? Nobody said that. Nobody said anything about that. Thank you and welcome to the party. Yeah, I put on music before because we were looking at a thing when Trump was listening to music at his rally and we couldn't listen to it. Nobody said, "Hey, the music's still on." Stupid. Thank you, King. Welcome to the party. But yeah, this idea that I was trying to get the vibe right, But yeah, so the hey, we also got Am in the building. Welcome to the party. All right, let's just go hit that clip one more time since you guys are just joining us. No.
A son and a father go through 3 phases. Phase number 1, you idolize them.
Okay.
Phase 2, you demonize them. Phase 3, you humanize them.
So I was just saying that, that really did speak to me, because that is definitely how my relationship with Papa Lutch progressed.
Hey, man, I want to humanize this guy. This guy's like...
So now we're talking about Trump again.
Me, why am I expecting this guy to walk on water? I don't know, I think there's an opportunity for the American people to go through that with you, to experience that. And by the way, if you say...
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
I don't personally think that the American people want to see, especially at this point, our country is doing badly. I don't personally think they want to see a president that cries.
I'm not saying cry. I'm not at all talking about crying.
And I agree. That is a boomer mind going to, oh, so you want me to cry? No. What we want is to you to show that you, as you've done so very well in other areas, that you're a human. And the types of things like eating your steak, going to McDonald's, these little things humanize you. Oh no, stepbrother, I'm stuck in the dryer. Can you help me? Haram. Context said, I like what PBD had to say. The election isn't the end of the road. A true leader maintains and looks forward to real criticism to improve on their plan. Hopefully, he has a shot at this election. I would be very surprised if we didn't see a lot of change. And that doesn't mean that I necessarily assume that because Trump is going to change things, that it is going to be automatically better. I'm not saying that. Just exactly what Carl was saying before. Because we know he's going to change things. He's smart enough as a business person that I am trying to accomplish this goal. I went down this road. It didn't work that well. So I have to change something. And it's got to be the right change. It's got to be the right change.
This is not at all about crying. This isn't one of those moments like, hey, the goal is to get him cry. It's not that. It's to see a side where somebody says, you know what? I
want to hate him. But at the end of the day, he's a pretty normal guy.
Vote for this guy. Yeah. I'm going to support this guy.
Yeah. Vote? No, I understand it. And certainly there could be that time. Look, I'm very sad by what's happened to this country. We're not respected anymore. We will be respected very soon. It won't take that long, but we have to fix our country. Our country's broken. This has been the worst president and vice president in history, and now she's, running for president. And if for some reason she won, and I believe the only reason they can win, I really believe that. I don't think people would vote for her. I just don't believe it can happen. But
I did a poll. Let's actually see where that poll is at. Let's duplicate that. We wanted the community tab. If you guys are not, if you guys are usually on a desktop, then the community tab, the community stuff doesn't really show up. But if you scroll on your phone, you'll see a lot of this stuff. I like to put a lot of this stuff here, and see everybody. See, this is the one I chose anyway. Where is it? So how many people do you genuinely believe, or excuse me, how many people do you think genuinely believe Kamala can win a fair election versus Trump? That doesn't mean they will vote for her. That doesn't mean they even like her. I'm asking about people who believe she could win if everything is legitimate. And yeah. 70, what is it? 70, 66. No, there's almost 90% of people are 50% or below. Yikes. Anyway, yeah. People ain't voting for her.
That I don't think people would vote for her. I just don't believe it can happen. But I think, Elon Musk says it better than anybody. He says our country's finished, essentially. He said it would be finished. Very smart guy. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say this will be our last election. You've heard that too.
I listen for
it's so bad what they're doing to our country on the borders.
The only gum commercials that were better were the Orbit gum. Who were you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor? I do love the layers though. And said, absolutely do not believe she could. I said, shit, me neither. That turkey neck is incapable and incompetent. Yikes.
Listen for
it's so bad what they're doing to our country on the borders. It's so bad what they're doing with the money, the billions and billions of dollars. I think Zelensky is one of the greatest salesmen I've ever seen. Every time he comes in, we give him $100 billion. Who else got that kind of money in history?
Not me.
There's never been. And that doesn't mean I don't want to help him, because I feel very badly for those people. But he should never have let that war start. That war is a loser. Ukraine, remember, is not Ukraine anymore. Every city almost is knocked down to the ground.
As if you said Kamala would lose an argument with a phone sex operator. Oh, come on.
All those beautiful golden domes are laying on their side, smashed to smithereens. There's no city. You go into the city and every building is demolished. It looks like a demolition crew went through. They've been hit by missiles. This should have been settled before it started. It would have been so easy. If we had a president with half a brain, it would have been easy to settle.
And I mean, obviously Biden's not doing anything anymore, but there's two of them there, whether it's Joe and Jill or Joe and Kamala, or there's somebody else. And the two of them don't have two brain cells to rub together.
And I'm not, everyone will say, oh, this is terrible. He's blaming Biden. Well, I do largely blame Biden. If you watch his words were the exact opposite of what he should have been saying. He instigated that war, and he got Putin. There's no angel, and Putin's no angel. But everything Biden said was wrong. That should have never happened. I'm telling you, Patrick, that war, if I were president, zero, even Democrats admit it. And you know what?
Because that's facts. Squantek said it's just like the last election. The only thing people are voting for in Kamala's favor is voting against anything that Trump stands for. We played this game before. The funny thing is, though, so many of the stuff, so many of the things that she stands for is what Trump stands for. So it's like, I mean, come on. Yeah, we played this game before, and they conveniently overlook all the stuff the Dems stole from Trump. Yep. Yeah, this is some after party / members only / Patreon / you ain't getting that shit for free. You know what I mean? SCFU said Ukraine was the big distraction from Biden's economy and the catastrophe in Afghanistan. I mean, partly, sure, but I do think it's more on the fact that Putin always wanted Ukraine. We saw, he had a seemingly decent relationship with Trump, not to do it in when he was in office. Then he saw Afghanistan, and he's like, "Oh, let's do this." Lint liquor. Yeah, that commercial is burned into my memory.
War, if I were president, zero, even Democrats admit it. And you know what? It didn't happen for 4 years. And it was never going to happen. Mm-hmm. And yet, I will tell you, I spoke to Putin often about it. I said, don't ever do it. But Ukraine was the apple of his eye. And when he saw how incompetently our country, our president, our stupid generals like Milley, who's a stupid person, when he saw how incompetent we were in Afghanistan, the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, I believe, when
you are a member, but I'm just not putting that on. That's either members. This stream is not members only. So you good, but it ain't happening here. We're gonna be in the after party.
He looked at that. He said, Trump is gone. These people are idiots. I'm going to go in to take the apple of my eye. Would have never happened if I was there. And this has been very interesting being with you.
Likewise.
My son's right about you. Very, very good.
I've really enjoyed it, Mr. President. Thank you for making the time to be here with us.
All right. So I did move them in a different direction. So we do have more. And if we get through all of the clips, then we can take a look at the Al Smith dinner. The Al Smith dinner. SDFU said Biden sent Kamala to Ukraine in November 21, months before the invasion, and she announced that the administration wanted to admit them to NATO, and that Putin's Putin's red line, and they knew that. Yeah, okay. Biden sent Kamala to 21 months before the invasion. So this sounds to me like I see. Okay, I get where you're coming from. They did that, knowing that it was his red line because they wanted this to happen. I don't put enough. I put more competency on Putin to be like, this is now a good time. Then the Biden administration be like, okay, here's the plan, guys. In 2021, we're going to do this. And then Putin's going to invade. And then we can use that to just... maybe. But I'm going to need some evidence before I give that much credit to the Biden administration. Shout out to Sov Num Num. Welcome to the party. We're talking about how Russian has been provoked. There's as many provokings in that as well. Or there's many more provokings than that as well. Yeah, and that's kind of, so originally STFU saying Ukraine was a big distraction from Biden's economy and the catastrophe in Afghanistan. And I don't think that that's not true. But I don't think that if the economy was good and we if the let's say the economy was good and Afghanistan was what it was, but I'm questioning whether that would be enough for Putin to be like, oh, now's the time, as I was kind of just saying, versus what you're saying, where they're provoking this war as a distraction. So I think it's a combination of like everybody knows what it's a chessboard. Everybody knows where, like, if you got a king here, that's what you want to do. the game is being diplomatic and understanding the other people so that you can get 2 steps ahead. Carl said this guy wrote the grand chessboard. See, there you go. What did I say? What did I say? I don't know his name, but apparently he's just as smart as me. Carl goes on to say it's all about using China and Ukraine to push Russia into each other to fight for natural resources. That's why the war in Ukraine, it's a lot like world island theory. Interesting. Something else that I see Ukraine as more of an emergency money funneling because we owe debts kind of thing. Before if they lose power.
What?
But yeah, that exactly. That's it. I mean, that's what it is. And if you watched that show or you watch House of the Dragon or you read the book, you understand that like just because your enemy is your enemy doesn't mean you have no idea what's going on or there's no way to ally with people who want certain things that maybe you don't necessarily love, like all that stuff. It's a game of chess. It's all that stuff. Got him. But yeah, definitely a money laundering organization. That is facts. All right, so let's talk about Gavin Newsom.
I don't understand that because, usually like in business, you'll understand why somebody wants something.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't they want to have a strong border? Why do they want to have men playing in women's sports? I watched the Olympics and 2 people transitioned into womanhood.
Mm-hmm.
2 people.
Womanhood.
They went from man to woman and they were into boxing. And they beat the hell out of everyone. They won the gold medal.
Obviously.
Weightlifting, records that held for 18 years, 1/4 of an ounce on each side. You've seen me do it probably because it's so cool. I mean, weightlifting is so easy to, it's so descriptive, right? How can you be better than that? Like golf is a little bit harder because you have to sink putts. That's different. Women can putt, but they can't lift, 450 pounds over their head.
Is women's golf different? Or do they just play the same? Does anybody know? I don't really care enough to look it up. What do y'all know? I'm just curious.
And the weightlifting record that stood for 18, 19 years gets broken by 100 pounds. They put like a little, they take this top of this pen. See that pen? That thing weighs like 1/8 of an ounce. And they put one over here and one over. They couldn't move for 18 years. So the guy comes along.
Boom.
It's crazy.
I mean, the border could make sense, though. If you were to say, like, why would they want the border to be open?
Why do they want an open
argument
border?
To be made there?
Well, why do they want an open border with no?
Bro, I don't even know how much weight I get left over my head because I don't do that. So, STFU said LPGA is different than the PGA. Okay, thank you.
No checking. In other words, there's nobody vetted, nobody checked. And as you heard 2 weeks ago, the Border Patrol put out the numbers. They weren't supposed to, but they did because they had to. Because they had to inherently, they endorsed me.
I saw that.
And real quick, King, also, you're not competing against women.
Endorsed me 100% unanimous, like a massive, they said he's the greatest in the history of, I had the best border in the history of the country. I had the best economy in the history of the country. But you take
best economy in the history of the country. Was it not better in the 60s? What just happened? No. Tell me if I'm not here. Can you guys see me? Okay, we're good. I don't know what the hell just happened. All right, now I'm back in here.
The history of the country. I had the best economy in the history of the country. But you take a look at some of these stats. So yesterday, a young woman's playing volleyball. You saw that shot? And he got hit by a hard shot by a man who transitioned.
There's been many of those. If there was a new one yesterday.
She got hit in the head. She didn't know where she was.
Right.
She said, I've never seen a ball travel at that speed.
Put one in the chat if you have not seen the trans volleyball. I was trying to think of a funny word, but just demolish that girl's face. STFU said the Ladies Pro Golf Association, they drive from closer markers and they have higher pars, etc. Gotcha. Can I lift Morty over my head? Let's see. Oh, wait. Jesus Christ. This is, oh, wait. Yeah. Say hi, Morty. Say hi. Make a sound of some sort. Proven muscles. All right. We'll leave you alone. Yeah, you got peanut butter. All right, chill out. If I need to use you as a prop, look at this. There's peanut butter on his eyebrow. There you go. You don't want your own peanut butter? There we go. Morty weighs 450 wafers. Probably about right. Gonzaga said, as Chubb said on Happy Gilmore, women should be good at golf because it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. What do you get off me? What are you, gay?
In the head, she didn't know where she was.
Right.
You know? She said, I've never seen a ball travel at that speed before. But here's why do they want that? I don't understand that. Usually you understand, like somebody wants something. You
Boats.
try and figure it out. And you could go through a lot of things. You know, why do they want transgender? Why do they want to take somebody's child?
And said, I just got schooled by my dad telling me inflation is due to COVID and Russia. And I told him he needed to stop underusing his brain cells. And he said, you're cut off. From what? He has no money. Oh, my God. Airing out dad. Do y'all think? Hey, and again, no question, no comment, just pure love of the game and the Overlord. Let's give him a double since he's out sponsoring himself. Funkmaster carrying the damn stream. He don't have to be the only one, guys. He don't have to be the only one. 99 cents will make this dog very, very happy.
Why do they want transgender? Why do they want to take somebody's child, a boy, and make the boy into a girl and not tell the parents? I mean, they do this. And if
they're evil.
First they said no.
No, they're indoctrinated by dogma and they think that they're right. So they do it because they think they're on the right side of history.
Oh, no, but that's just an exaggeration. No, it's not. It's really not.
The state of California.
Why do they want to? Yeah. Well, look at California. Gavin Newsom, who's one of the worst governors, but he's got a good line of stuff. And
you realize I have a wide range of size dogs in my client list. So if I got the videos, I'm just saying, you're the one who said it. So we coming through. I got a 70-pound dog tomorrow. So, that's the other thing here. That's what I knew something was off. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Guantex. I mean, COVID and Ukraine definitely affected inflation. People just don't want to admit that it was from the mismanagement of both. Bingo. Yep. Right info, wrong interpretation. Well said, sir. Well said.
In California, Gavin Newsom, who's one of the worst governors, but he's got a good line of stuff, and he'll tell everyone how well he's done. But it's the first time they've ever lost more people than they gained. You know, they have such an advantage. The beautiful ocean, the beautiful weather, everything is beautiful. And they run it so badly with all of the problems. He's a crummy governor, but why is it so? Yesterday, and who would sign the bill to even present it to him? He signed a bill that you're not even allowed to ask for voter ID. In other words, it's not like you can't have voter ID. That's terrible, because everybody should have voter ID. You have ID.
Oh, I might have. Give me 1 second. I gotta look. I gotta look at some. I might have something really. All right, we'll come back to that. Gauntlet said, "I love that new scum." Facts. Christmas song, the rest of a Great Dane. I don't know about all that, but maybe a pit bull. All right, so we're talking about. All right, let me just see if I can find this real quick. Oh, well, we got to look at this anyway. So we'll watch that one after.
So
hold up. What is? Hold on. Wait. Yes. Got him. Okay. So we played this. Why did I do this? Give me the goddamn. Where is the fucking full screen? I hate TikTok so much. As much as I love it, I hate it. Whatever. Okay, where are we? So yeah, this is something I played yesterday, but I think it's very important to hear again.
Is agreeing to voter ID one of those compromises that you'd support?
I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean.
What could that mean?
Because in some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are.
Yeah, or, take a picture of it.
Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't, there's no Kinko's, there's no Office Max near them. People have to.
There's no scanners or cell phones?
Understand that when we're talking about voter ID laws, be clear about who you have in mind and what would be required of them to prove who they are. What? Of course, people have to prove who they are.
These are the people that you're like, oh my God, I got so many guns. But
What?
I've deemed this rural racism. Rural racism. I mean, what else can you call it? Rural racism. Hey, shout out to Water Ice. Said for Morty Trump 2024. Fuck Kamala. Thank you, sir. And of course, another treat for Marty. Thank you. Very, very much. 20th super chat on a live stream. This man is supporting. Thank you. So very, very much. We also got the God Daddy himself, Cody Brooks, in the building. Welcome. Very, very, very good to see ya. We also got our boy Joe Mama. So what about printing money out of thin air over and over? Doesn't that affect inflation? Yes, sir, it does. It definitely does. Well, I'm spending money like a stoned guy in a greenhouse. Well, hey, dilly to any stoned gentleman in a greenhouse who may or may not have spent their week on a roof. And did I read this? Cody says she's speaking in gypsy curses again. Yeah, right. It's like the rural racism. Rural racism. That it's crazy. And I was like, let me get away from the word racism. But I was like, no. I want to jab that right in. That's rurally racist. Does that make sense? And said, not the longevity of inflation. Inflation is because we're undergoing a monetary system change due to the going direct reset implemented by with the Fed using COVID as the guise for disruption. What else? They said during the years while we were locked down. What else? What other rights? What other bullshit can we steal from the American people? And steal they did. Gontek, so the classism of low expectations is on full display. Yup. Funk said she's one of those less than intelligent people mentioned earlier. Bingo. Oh, don't we know? Yup. All right, so I got one more here before we go back in. And again, it doesn't give me the full screen.
So
I don't know why. Like randomly, sometimes it's here, and sometimes it'll give me the full screen. Whatever. Anyway.
A few weeks ago, I attended the Trump rally here in my town. Before I dive into what I'm about to share, here's a peek at that.
This is in Wisconsin.
Well, today I found out that Kamala Harris was coming to my town, so I decided to go. I wanted to see the differences. Notably, I had to show my ID to get in to see her. But anyway, I was making a video talking actually about how sad I was that the loudest cheering at the rather small event came in support of abortion. When I panned over to the crowd and to her speaking, and I caught something I wasn't expecting.
Did you put a one in the chat if you have no idea what's coming? And if you're a Christian, trigger warning.
Check it out. Not a lot of energy here, but everyone just cheered and screamed for killing babies. So that was disappointing. Anyway, here she is.
I mean, not a terrible size, but then we have a guy in the crowd that says, Jesus is Lord. And again, not a small group of people, but definitely not a Trump rally. So we got Jesus is Lord.
Did you hear that? Some guy in the crowd shouted, Jesus is Lord. And Kamala said, I think you're at the wrong rally. And then she said, try the smaller one down the street. Everyone laughed and laughed and cheered. But I was at that rally. There were almost 7,000 people at it. Today they said there were 2,500. Nobody waiting. Open spaces. I wanted everyone who's a believer to hear that for themselves.
Again, we're not going to be gaslighted on this.
It's gaslit, you dumb bitch.
Again, we're not going to be gaslighted on this.
Oh, she's code switching. We ain't going to be twisted up in this, y'all. You know what I mean, son? Aren't black people overwhelmingly Christian? You fucking moron. Which you maybe would know if you were black.
Themselves.
Again, we're not going to be gaslighted on this. We remember Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court.
Yeah, that's... So if you win and 3 justices die or retire, guess what you're going to do? Your fucking job. How dare he do his job?
How dare you? Wait.
Yeah, what a terrible person, making sure the branches of government are properly... What? What? Shout out to Right Click. Welcome to the party. We are checking out PBD or Trump on PBD, but I had to show this. If you haven't seen it, check her out.
Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and they did as he intended.
And so this was her, the original chick who's posting this video, talking about cheering for death.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
There's no Christians there. I mean, it's a pretty small group, so I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
Now, you guys know how silly I think religion is.
But not in a way that makes it...
You guys know how dumb I think religion is. But that's a very different thing than how I feel about Christian people, who are people, human beings, especially my countrymen. Anyway.
Have voter ID. That's terrible. Because everybody should have voter ID. You have ID for everything. The Democrats had big ID. You know, when they had their convention, a friend of mine couldn't get in. He said he doesn't have the proper credentials. They want voter ID. Mm-hmm. They had a strong ID. They had an ID that you had to wear, like a prisoner wears, with a number. Mm-hmm. It was like this big card with a picture and everything over their tie. So they have it for the Democrat National.
I got the best ties. I don't want to cover up my tie. That's why I didn't go. I have this. Look at this beautiful tie.
Convention, right? But they don't want to have it for the vote. But Gavin Newsom signed a thing that was incredible. He signed a bill that if you ask somebody for identification having to do with voting, I think you've committed a crime. Okay.
What? The only crime that you can commit in California. King said she might as well say, religious people, you don't belong on our side, and we don't care or want your vote. Now, I challenge you all to think, does this exact opposite thing happen? Yup. Gualteg said, ever notice that all the Democrat rallies are all about anger and humiliating opponents? Yep. Compared to the Trump rallies, where people at most will show a slight disgust and constantly cheer. Yeah, they are not happy people. It is a, I want to say disease. Maybe that's too strong of a word, but I do think that liberalism, what it has become, is you have a problem. You have a problem if you see the world that way. Like if you look and the sky is green to you, there's an issue. If you look and you think that Kamala Harris is more capable of running the free world than a guy who already did it better than anybody in our lifetime, then you have a mind virus. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to say it. It's a death cult. As someone said, they were cheering for abortion. Yes, we love it. Kill all the babies, especially the black ones. Especially the black ones. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve of this message. STFU, so there's rarely any Christians at a Moloch rally. In case you aren't aware, the Bohemian Grove Festival that Alex Jones exposed 20 years ago was a Moloch rally. Moloch demands the blood of innocents. Okay, sure, maybe, great, but kind of stepping back into little normal land, you're saying that no people who are liberal and also Christian would go to the rally of the Democratic candidate. I don't think that's true. I think there was a lot of Christians there. And I think on the left, they've learned to be like, to kind of hide that and be ashamed of it in a sense that, like, well, yeah, I believe this stuff. I don't push for other people. I don't, but yeah, I am a Christian. But it's also not the same. Like, it's definitely like this is what she did at that rally is politically worse than when Republicans are all about, oh God, Jesus, you need God, you need Jesus, the Bible, this, It is worse. It is worse. I think you're. What makes you say that? What makes you say that? You think there are zero legitimate Christians who vote Democrat? You're wrong about that, for sure. Carl said Jim Jones poisoned his mostly black cult members with grape flavored, so the death worship combined with racist stereotypes is nothing new from leftists. Yep. Gontek said vibe check. 5 minutes hate in 1984 versus the last battle speech in Independence Day. I don't have those off the top of my head. Sorry. King said you might as well you might go as a Christian just to check it out, but yes, that's more rare. That's not the question at all. That's not at all the question. Did I ask you, do you think most people at a Kamala Harris rally are Christians? I said, or any. And again, if you think that being a Democrat automatically makes you not a Christian, I mean, if we dig into that, we might agree, but for very different reasons. There's a lot of incompatibility with people who claim Christians, and that has nothing to do with politics. Apparently you can. And so if you can't identify as a Christian if you support killing babies, it's like saying you're a woman when you're a man. But they are still like, I don't understand how you get the authority to tell them that they are Christians or not Christians. So can somebody else tell you that you're not a Christian because of the parts of the Bible that you don't follow? What's the difference? You have parts of the Bible that you don't follow. They have parts of the Bible that they don't follow, but they believe in God. They believe in Jesus. They think Jesus is their savior. That's Christianity. Sorry. That's what it is. Again, I agree that they are incompatible, but the fact of the matter is that if we're saying just because you are a Democrat, you are and a Christian, your Christianity doesn't count, then there's a lot that has nothing to do with politics that I could look at each and every one of you that identify as Christian and show you why, oh, you're not a real Christian. It's just convenience because you don't do this. You do not have the authority to say that. And again, I agree with you that they're not really following the doctrine. I'm not disagreeing about that part. But the point is, why is it that you can't you don't see how the parts of the Bible that you throw away, it's okay for you. You're still a real Christian, but they throw away parts of the Bible. There's lots of killing in the Bible, co-signed, and done directly by God. So I don't really know what basis you're using to say, oh, because they are Democrats, how do you know they don't hate abortion and Trump? They just hate Trump more. Exactly. Carl said Christianity is hierarchical. Some sins like murder and sexual sin is more grievous than others. I was told that all sins are exactly the same. I was also told that if you don't, if somebody genuinely believes that they are not doing something wrong, then that's not the same thing as murder. So if they genuinely believe, oh, it's just a clump of cells, they genuinely believe that, then you and I agree that it's murder. But in the calculus of am I following the guidelines of my religion? Yes, they are. I know this is uncomfortable for you, but that's why religion is stupid. Lomsek said 5 minutes hate was 5 minutes hate was time every day to literally just be hateful at anything the government told you to be in unison. Independence Day speech was all about rallying together and fighting back a universal threat. I mean, I love them though, again, but I don't have them off the top of my head to compare and contrast in the context that we're talking about, you know. Steve, you said you can be pro-choice, but pro-abortion fanaticism is a different thing. Okay, so how do you know that all of those people there are not pro-choice but pro-abortion? Because that's the claim, that if they're there, according to, I apologize, forget it, but if they're there, they're Christians of convenience because of abortion. That's just not how it works, guys. Okay. Yeah. Let's move on.
Having to do with voting, I think you've committed a crime.
Yeah, and again, I didn't hear any of of that in the clip that we saw. But yet, you're still comfortable saying, "Oh, they're not real Christians." Maybe they're more Christian than you are.
Okay. Now, there's only one reason that happens, because they want to.
And I would make the exact same argument about you and every other Christian on this earth. So again, I ask, what is the difference? What is the difference? You just pick different things about about Christianity to ignore. And I think you pick better things to ignore. I think they pick worse things to ignore. That's not the argument. But you both do exactly the same thing with different aspects. And we agree that their version of it is worse. But conceptually, you are doing the same thing. You believe that this is the true and inerrant word of God, yet I'm going to do what I feel like I want to do. That's what they do. They just do it worse. It's the same thing.
Cheat. There's no other reason. There's no conceivable.
Are you surprised? I mean, part of me is not surprised with that.
Yeah, they said, because they wanted to, because most of them there are probably, filthy atheists. Not cool atheists like me, but they're probably filthy atheists who are like, oh yeah, stick it to the Christians. That's not the same thing as I love abortion. You can see it's so interesting to see how you guys get what triggers you guys and what gets you guys on the defensive. I'm just saying, you didn't have any other defenses about anything else like this. Why is that? Is it because I'm wrong? Or
They want to cheat. There's no other reason. There's no conceivable.
Are you surprised? I mean, part of me is not surprised with that. I'm not sitting there thinking I'm surprised with what some of these states are doing. California, I mean, there's a reason why he lost 8.
So you had to go in and get an abortion and scream about it in order to get into the DNC, which was not the video that we just watched. You have no bearing to know how Christian any of those people are.
2 states lost $1 trillion of money under management from that 2020. New York and California. They got destroyed. And the first time they had net negative migration in California since 1851, it hasn't happened. Then they got it back to back to back. So, and he just announced 2 days ago that he's raising gas taxes by 47 cents in the state of California. No wonder people are leaving. But I want to go to the tariffs.
Right? Because he doesn't want gas vehicles.
Oh yeah, that's the new line. Oh, Donald Trump, he doesn't even understand tariffs. The guy we've been saying, oh, he's just a businessman. He's just a businessman. He doesn't understand tariffs.
He wants to use all electric.
It's not going to work.
Maybe you don't understand what he's saying about tariffs. Yeah, dummy.
For him, though. It's not going to work.
People
They're going to get destroyed. I mean, he's already lost Musk. How do you lose Tesla? How do you lose Musk out of your state?
I asked Elon. He takes this massive company and he left California.
Mm-hmm.
I just asked him this question yesterday. I said, when you left, because he's got a good thing in Texas. I said, when you left,
listen to this. This blew my mind. It makes sense, but it blew my mind.
I asked him this question yesterday. I said, when you left, because he's got a good thing in Texas. I said, when you left, did Newsom, I call him Newsom because I think it's a more accurate name, but did Gavin Newsom call and say, can we talk? I want to take you out to dinner. I want you to keep your company.
What did he say?
We're talking about Elon Musk. Elon Musk. For whatever you think about his politics, the money talks.
He said he never called.
Your biggest entrepreneur in your state leaves, you don't call
Number
him.
1, biggest guy. Number 2, big company, very big company. But a big oil company left also, taking thousands of jobs.
Wow.
I bet they got taken out to dinner. Gonzag said, vasectomy doctors at a Dem rally. Is there anyone here that has any balls left? Transman, right here. Money.
But a big oil company left also, taking thousands of jobs.
Wow.
But my question wasn't that, that he left for whatever. I mean, did anybody ever call? He said, no. I said, did Newsom call you at all? Did he call and say can we have dinner? I'd love you to stay here and we'll work out some tax benefits or something,
politics,
some incentive to stay. He said, never called. I was amazed at that. And you're talking about thousands of workers and prestige and having Elon is
wild that you lose and you don't make the phone call.
Elon endorsed me very strongly a while ago and there's no stronger endorsement. He said that if Trump doesn't get elected, this country is going down the tubes. It might not ever survive. He said it's the most important election. I was honored, but I was amazed because I asked him two days ago. I said, did anybody make a play to keep you? Now think of it. You would, if you were governor, you heard of big companies leaving. I would.
First phone call.
At least you call and say, is there anything we can do to keep you, right?
So we thought about you, everybody.
Right. I mean, that just, the fact that, that, again, the little things that show you so much about who a person really is, that your job is to do good for the state of California. And ideologically, that might mean different things. But at the end of the day, money is money. And unless it's something so ideologically terrible, which, I mean, maybe they think free speech is. Maybe they think electric cars are bad. Maybe they think space travel is stupid. I didn't get that vibe, but maybe. Otherwise, what are you doing? This is the guy who was everybody was saying was going to be the candidate when we started to hear about when we started to hear about Biden dropping out. We're getting kicked out. Everybody was talking about Gavin Newsom. I don't get it. Make it make sense. All right. Trump reveals who's the most powerful person in politics.
You get in. When you work for a new company, you get a job, you go to HR. And then when you work for the company, that's a big company. Let's just say they got 100,000 employees. Let's say you're working for an IBM. Let's say you're working for Boeing. Hundreds of thousands of employees. You get
Boink.
You're going to kind of find out who the manipulators are. You're going to find out who the power players are. You're going to find out who the E.F. Hutton is. You're going to find out who the guy that get the job done, the guy that even though you replace him, he left. People are still talking to the guy because maybe they want you to fail. So they're still, all this stuff that happens, right?
100%.
When you went in, day one, you're a president. How did you decipher between knowing who were really the power players, who were the manipulators, who were the ones that would threaten behind closed doors? How did you go through that process when you first got in?
Okay, so can I trust you guys to not hit the poll until it's time to hit the poll? Don't hit the poll until you have an answer, because you need to hear what he's saying first. But I wanted to be up there, and I want you guys to have the opportunity to answer this as he is talking. So do you think Trump is being honest here? So do not answer the poll until you hear what he's got to say. We'll go back.
Who were the ones that would threaten behind closed doors? How did you go through that process when you first got in?
So my problem was I was in Washington. They say the fake news said this, but let's assume it's true for a change. 17 times. I was there 17 times. I never stayed over. So I was not a Washington person. I didn't know people in Washington.
When you became president?
When I became president.
Right.
In other words, I ran for president. I was only in Washington 17 times. And most of it was I was building a hotel, a beautiful hotel that I sold. It's now the Waldorf Astoria. And I did a great job, sold it, made some money. And it was good. But that was most of the time. I was only there.
So we're trying to see who is the most powerful person in politics.
Beautiful.
I was only there. That's it. Right.
He stops mid-sentence. That's how you know that this man just loves real estate and loves the money comes with it. Listen,
I was only there. That's it. Right. That's a beautiful job in a great location. Maybe I shouldn't have sold it.
You are funny.
No, I'm looking at it. I'm saying,
that is a beautiful property.
No, I did a great job with it. My whole family did. Ivanka and Don.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
And Eric did a fantastic job. But anyway, I built that. But
17 days? I didn't know
17 days total. Never stayed over. Okay, but
they built that in 7. Did I miss that?
7.
And Eric did a fantastic job. But anyway, I built that. But
17 days? I didn't know
17 days total.
That's crazy. What? But yeah, let's definitely not privatize things, because the government can build something like that in 16 days.
Never stayed over. Okay, but that's what they say, but it's about right. In other words, I wasn't a Washington person. So all of a sudden,
unless he's saying, wait. Unless he's saying, okay, before he was saying I wasn't spending much time in Washington. Maybe that's what he's saying. I spent 17 days in Washington during my presidency.
Washington 17 times, and most of
that's okay. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that would be bonkers if he built a whole goddamn hotel in 17 days. But I see one person couldn't wait.
Of it was I was building money, and I was beautiful. No, I'm looking at Don and
17 days. I didn't know
17 days total. Never stayed over. Okay, but that's
so within 17 days, he created the best presidency. Now, obviously, he wasn't not the president the other days, but I mean, being in DC for 17 days. What happens if we make it 20? Gonzaga said what Trump forgot to say was those Mexicans sure are hard workers. Hey. Well, I mean, if they're here, then may as well put them to work, right?
That's what they say, but it's about right. In other words, I wasn't a Washington person. So all of a sudden, I'm president. I land on Air Force One. You never saw so many motorcycles and cars and everything. Military marching. Everybody's marching. I said to my wife, and we're going down Pennsylvania Avenue, and we're in the back of the Beast the world's longest army tank, right? And we're in the back of the beast. And I look to the left, and there's the building. And we're going the opposite direction of the road. The roads are closed. On that day, you could have gone any way you want. So we're going, and I say, look, there's the hotel, and there's the White House. A couple of blocks further is the White House. I say, did you ever see anything so incredible? This is surreal. I have the brand new hotel, and I have the White House, and I'm president. But here's the bad part. I didn't know anybody in Washington other than some politicians. And I knew them because I was a contributor, not because I was a politician. Because I had only done this a few months, I ran. And
but you're in the business of reading bullshit. You're in the business of reading like manipulators.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people. So what happens is I had to rely on people for advice. And largely I got it right. Don't forget, you only hear about like stupid people like a Bolton, or I don't want to mention even Barr because he endorsed me the other day. You saw that. Endorsed me strongly. I was impressed by that.
And again, that's another thing that the Democrats see. Anybody who just says nice things, he'll just do whatever. Like, no. And again, I was one of those people who would have heard that like that.
Because he endorsed me the other day. You saw that. Endorsed me strongly. I was impressed by that. But I put people in there who I made mistakes, but I got it mostly right. Great trade people. I had great trade.
That's not the question I'm asking. If I may, here's what I'm asking. What I'm asking, I'm not even asking about, hey, why would you hire these guys?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the fact that I was doing that for 5 minutes.
Well, and that question's already been addressed. I'm not interested in that question. The question I'm asking is, you're in a new space. Who were really the powerful people? Was it the director of CIA? Was it FBI? Was it the big pharma? Was it military industrial complex guys that are General Dynamics? Who were the people that are like, oh, I got you. I never thought you had power.
So for the rest of you who have not jumped the gun and, I got to hit the ball.
Who actually has
the
power?
most powerful person by far? The president. Power over everybody. Power. The power is enormous.
Most people don't believe
Now you
that.
can answer the poll. Now you can answer the poll in case you didn't hear it.
Who actually has
the
power?
most powerful person by far? The president. Power over everybody. Power. The power.
So first we'll go with, do you think he's being honest? Do you think he's being honest? That as the president, no. There's no cabal of people that, this, that. Do you think he's being honest? That's number one. So first I say, don't hit the poll. And somebody hits the poll. Now I'm like, okay, hit the poll. Let's hit that poll because I got a part 2 to the question.
I never thought you had power. Who actually has
the
power?
most powerful person by far? The president. Power over everybody. Power. The power is enormous.
Most people don't believe that.
It is.
Not me.
But there is a sort of a deep state. And a lot of that's people.
Sort of a deep state.
That have been there. And then there's some bad guys. There's some bad people. Then there's a radical left, which I think are more dangerous in many ways than the other countries. I really do. Guys like Shifty Adam Schiff and other people. They're bad people.
Shifty
They're
Schiff.
sort of sick people. Not stupid people either, by the way. Smart people.
Sure.
But they're vicious.
And that's another thing, that just because somebody is your enemy, somebody is across the aisle, whatever, goddamn hair in my mouth. Just because somebody has a different opinion than you doesn't mean they're stupid. And that is a very common assumption that people make. That, well, I have the right idea. So if they think differently than me, they must be stupid. Don't work like that. Funkmaster General said they... Hold on one second here. Okay. Funkmaster General said they built the Twin Towers in like 6 or 7... I was going to say days. 6 or 7 years in the 60s and 70s. The Freedom Tower took more than 10 years to build. And well, of course, this is... obviously, because in the 60s and 70s, the building techniques were way different than they are. It's bureaucracy. Got it. Okay. Spot on, sir.
Sick people, not stupid people either, by the way. Smart people.
Sure.
But they're vicious, but they're very bad for our country.
Shout out again. I forgot to update the banner. This man outspots himself. I see his name, and I'm like, yep, that sounds right. Thank you again, sir. Thank you.
They're powerful.
Can you imagine? Well, he made up the Russia hoax. He and Hillary.
What I'm saying is, who is their boss? Who calls them and say you better or else?
I think
that's what I want to know. I do not believe that there's just nobody above the president. That it doesn't make sense to me. Now, it could be that there, like, in reality, in practicality, no. In, like, technically, the president does have all this power, but because of all the promises that he's made to get that position, that he does have to listen to other people. Otherwise, everybody will turn on him and turn them into a Trump. Maybe that's the case. But that's not really the question that PBD is asking. So one thing said, when Trump was in office, I believe him. Anyone else, not so much. Or at least that's what they convinced him of. Maybe he just wasn't informed by the powers that be to their benefit. That's what I'm putting my money on. That's what I'm putting my money on. I'm just glad to get into the deep state. Well, I mean, I feel like he should have been a little bit stronger there on the deep state. Has he not mentioned the deep state before? I think yeah, but hey, Vivek's part of the coalition, so we good. We good.
Who is their boss? Who calls them and say you better or else?
I think it's an amorphous group. It's a group. It's not one person. It's an amorphous group of lunatics.
So it's not the president.
And when they come together, they're pretty bad. But let me just.
And as you this was going to be my next question, is that do you think Trump is being honest, but only honest for, like I'm thinking saying that honest from his own experience, that when he was in office, nobody was, because of, donors, and he had his own money and all that stuff, then it was a different landscape. Possibly.
Say this. The president has the absolute, if the president, now Biden doesn't know he's alive, so I don't think I really believe they used him as a vessel, like a vessel in the night. And I really believe that. She's a little bit more dangerous because she's basically a Marxist, like her father. Her father's a Marxist. You know what I don't understand? Why has the father not been interviewed? I mean, nobody talks about that.
Oh, Candace, that's your calling card. That's your bat signal.
If that were a Republican situation, the father would be all over the place. Where's the father? I haven't seen one article where they're looking for the father. So the father is a Marxist professor of economics, which is an interesting thing. Marxist and economics don't go together.
You know what's the one thing?
That's it? We're only going to get 4 votes on this? Damn. All right. I'll just not engage you guys and just say my.
Everybody says, what's your favorite 4 years of Trump or 4 years of Obama? All these guys that you look at moments, right? My favorite moment of you being.
Fight! I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how you can top that.
Being a president is this moment here. This is what I love the most. It was a first time where a president is running a vlog style administration where, Rob, if you can play this clip, this is, you were talking about building the wall, shutting down the government, and you put the camera on their face. I think you did this once also with Kissinger, which I don't know if that was a power play intentional or not. I thought it was. Play this clip, Rob.
None of us have said it. You want to know something? You've said it. You want to put that on my... You said it. I'll take it. Okay.
This was a good moment. This was definitely a good moment where showing, that he's willing to do things that are unpopular for something that's more popular. And yeah, I guess I could have been a little bit clear like that, but whatever. I'm not a pollster. Fuck you.
None of us have said it. You want to know something? You've said it. You want to put that on my... You said it. I'll take it. Okay, good. You know what I'll say? Yes. If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government. Okay, absolutely. And I am proud, and I'll tell you what, I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one.
You know what did this?
I absolutely, I mean, again, I don't know how you just top a singular momentary thing like the fight, but that was a very, I think when was that? Did they show here? I think this was like 2017, 18, somewhere around there. And so I don't think that I may have started to be red pill, but I definitely wasn't okay with Trump. And so at the time, it struck me as he's willing to shut down the government. Oh no! I was like, wait. So unless every other politician is not willing to do drastic things for the things that they promised the American people, then we have something here. If they are, then let's look at what those promises are. And there's no comparison. I agree. That 2016 Trump energy, we will never get it back. And just like so many other goddamn things in pop culture, I missed it. I was too busy hating on him. Game of Thrones, I was too busy. Oh, that's fantasy bullshit. I don't care. Marvel, comic books, who cares about superheroes? I missed it all. That's why I'm hoping. Please, let this be the missed opportunity. I was trying to think of a sequel that was better than the original. I was going to be like, let this be the sequel that's better than the original, but I was actually saying the movie, but I couldn't think of it. Is that Star Wars would fit there, right? I don't know. I haven't seen them, but I've heard the second one's better than the first one. But anyway, you know what I mean.
Bring into our country. So I will take the mantle.
Even look at the color of his hair. I mean, this does have a little bit of it looks like it has a little bit of a filter over it.
I will be the one.
You know what?
Right.
By the way, how right was I? And I had the strongest border we ever had.
There you go. This will be the Home Alone 2 of presidential campaigns. Thank you, King Nirvana. There you go. Context said, and yet you still choose to miss out on anime. You're goddamn right. Yeah, facts. Yeah, until I no longer see a direct correlation between people who are getting in trouble for weird sexual shit with children and watching anime, then I'm not watching it. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying everybody who watches anime is weird with children. I'm just saying there's too much of an overlap. There's something there, and you can't change my mind. Sorry.
What did this?
By the way, how right was I? And I had the strongest border we ever had, and I used soldiers from Mexico and every other thing. You got it for nothing, zero cost. I had the strongest border, but look at that guy. Look, they're all threats to our nation. He and his group, after I was gone, opened up the border, and our country has been poisoned. Okay, poisoned. We have killers, we have murderers, we have the drug lords, we have everything. We have terrorists at numbers. Do you know in 2019, a report was done that not one terrorist was allowed in. Now, I think it's probably wrong because it's, I want to take credit for it. It was my year.
Have you seen the terrorist stats?
Thousands.
Rob, pull up the clip with not this one, the other one, Rob. Because you like good charts. I think you're going to love this chart. So this is the chart. I don't know if you've seen this or not. So this is the terrorist attacks.
Let's pull this out of the way here. So terrorist attacks, deaths, and injuries for the world. Confirmed deaths and injuries include all victims and attackers who died or were hurt because of a terrorist attack. So we got 10, 20, 30, 40,000 and starts in 1970 over here, going all the way up to 2021. So, obviously we can see a big spike in the Obama years, and then obviously 9/11. But let's see what they got to say about it.
Deaths and injuries based on different.
Whenever he reads the thing, I always read it, and whenever I was just like, oh yeah, he'll read it, he never reads it. Every single goddamn time.
Presidents being there. If you go to 2008 to 2016, that's the Barack Obama era.
Yeah.
Look what he did. He produced more terrorist attacks during his era. 16, you get elected. Look what happens.
Yep.
Disappearance.
I had
right?
nothing.
So
I had none.
I understand. So, but the reason why I show this clip is if you're.
I like these charts. I must say, I like my chart the best.
Yes, the chart.
I have a chart that I like better than any chart I've ever seen. Better than any person
I'm glad you were looking at the chart. I think a lot of people are happy you were looking at the chart.
No, I love these.
I said shit. Me too.
What did you have?
No, I'm talking about the chart you looked at when you got shot.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
you
if
were
I didn't have that chart,
direction.
I would not be here.
Story.
Oh, all right. I think we got one more here. Did we finish it? Oh, we're done. All right. So what we'll do is we are not quite at the 2.5 hour mark. So we have the Al Smith dinner, and we'll see how far we get into it. Let's do
By the way.
Guys, as we do this, before we move on, if you could do me a huge favor, guys, please share the video. I know I ask you all the time, but it really, really, really does help. It's free. It's easy. It does not matter if you don't think anybody's going to click on the link. That does not matter. Just by clicking the share or taking the link and putting it elsewhere tells YouTube, show this video to more people. Things like that, liking the video, commenting on the video after the video is done. All of these things really, really do help. And, right now, Funkmaster General is damn near holding up this channel on his back. Shout out to all of the members. But, I mean, between Funkmaster and the Goddaddy, if we want this to keep going, it's got to keep going. You know what I mean? And of course, don't forget that we do have merch at TheIndianJesus.com. We got all kinds of different stuff, all different types. You can even get a travel mug. Look at that. It's not just me. We got Indian Jesus for Trump. Stop semantic obfuscation. We got the revenge version of the mugshot. All that good stuff. We got Hunter Biden doing his thing. All that good stuff. Minor attractive president. Oh, come on. You got, who doesn't want to be driving to work with that every day, right? So, all that stuff is there. And of course, the Discord server is absolutely free to join. I pinned the link to the top. Only STFU has joined today. And I know a bunch of you are not members. What the fuck are you doing? Even if you don't know what is good, I promise you, I will take the time to walk you through it. It is simple, it is easy, and it is amazing. And that is really where we're getting things done, guys. It's not about, just watching videos and reacting. And this is fun. This is great. I love this. Absolutely. But this is not the work. They got to do the work. Kind of cringified with the wokies. But there is work to be done. And this is just the entry. If you want to actually do something, join the Discord community. Can I get an amen in the chat?
Hey, now it's time for the main event, okay? Let's get ready to rumble.
It's time! Thank you.
This is also the only part of the show that you will see on Fox News.
Shout out to Jim Gaffigan.
Shortly, I will introduce President Trump, who will likely talk about how Vice President Harris's absence proves that she hates Catholics, Americans, and babies. Then CNN and MSNBC will say President Trump went too far, and Elon Musk and Fox News will say he was pitch perfect. During the first and only debate, President Trump talked about migrants taking cats and eating them.
All right, we got 2 more minutes of him. Do we want to skip or do we want to hear it? Actually, fuck you guys. I want to hear it.
If you're keeping track at home, this is the second time grabbing a kitty has been part of a campaign issue.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
We
talked about leaving that out.
I was going to leave that out. But there's, here's the thing that's so amazing.
Goddamn right.
It
there
is.
Am's got my back. Am's got my back. Thank you, Am.
Possible.
And the only one who said amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Not have a strong opinion about President Trump. You either think he is endearingly outspoken and brash, or you think he's a sociopath and you'd like to be his running mate. Donald Trump and I have a lot in common. We both have 5 children. We both have a lush mane of...
King, I know you're not used to interacting with real women, but I can assure you that she's not.
Golden hair.
Got him!
And we both try to travel as much as possible to get away from our families. President Trump, before I invite you up here to the podium, I want you to know if you are reelected, I always liked you. And I'm not saying that because I don't want to be sent to a labor camp. Well, I guess that's the reason, sir.
ladies and gentlemen, I'd like.
Yeah, you like that one, eh? You like the Jesus is an ass man. Where is it? We got that right over here. Get one for yourself. Look at oh my God. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
To bring up a man who loves New York City. He is the Republican nominee and the 45th President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
I'm just saying, hey, grab me some potatoes and carrots, because that's some good roast right there.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, let's see what we got, buddy boy.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor. They told me under no circumstances are you allowed to use a teleprompter. And I got up here and I see this is beautiful teleprompter. So here I am. But
come on, fake news. Get the fix your focus. What are we doing here?
It is a tremendous thing. It's a tremendous dinner. I've come here with my father. So it was 3 times, but it was also many times before that, a long time ago. And it's a very special dinner.
Maybe if you ever came to the after party.
And you've done a fantastic job, Cardinal. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I'd like to thank Your Eminence very much and members of the.
Oh, make me some.
Many
I'm hungry.
People I know. Speaker of the House Johnson, what a job you're doing.
They still haven't fixed the.
He's done a great job. Senator Schumer, good. Yeah, I supported him. I was there.
The clip we just saw. I will shut down the government.
I don't know. He used to say that's true, and now I'm not sure he would. But I gave him his first check from an office in Beach Haven, and I was very proud of it. I don't know about lately. Now I was. It was his first check. He was running, and I said he's a good man. Senator Gillibrand, thank you very much. Thank you very much for working hard. Governor Hochul, wherever you may be up, this is a big day, right? Where is the governor?
Are they really not going to fix this at all?
Good job.
Okay.
It's not an easy one, is it? But you're doing all right. We have to get a little money from the federal government, I have to tell you. It's about time. It's about time. Mayor Adams, good luck with everything. They went after you. They went after you, Mayor. Yeah, boy, I knew that.
They did.
9.5 months ago, I said, he just said something about the administration.
There we go. Thank you. The C-SPAN fucking cameraman taking 5 full minutes. Jesus Christ on a motorbike. Well, Dick said, we just had some tonight. Oh, well, look at you. Look at you having people to cook for you. Must be nice. Fuck off.
He's going to be indicted any moment. And guess what happened? But you're going to win. I think you're going to win. I know you're going to win. So good luck. Good luck. I don't like what they do. I don't like what they do. And also distinguished, got so many friends up here. It's great. I'm not a great friend. Some of my best friends. And you are right. They are distinguished and they are wealthy for the most part. A couple are having a hard time, but they're going to get over it. I also want to thank my very beautiful wife and thank you for mentioning, but can you believe this? She did a book and it's a really good book and she worked hard on it.
They went out of focus again.
And it just became #1 on the New York Times list. So I think that's...
Hey, shout out to the mighty Sarlacc. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. We were just checking out Trump on PBD, and quite an interesting conversation, and we didn't quite hit the 2.5 hour mark. So we're checking out a little bit of the Al Smith dinner from last night. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
That's not an easy thing to do, especially when your name is Trump and you're on the New York Times list. That must be selling like hotcakes. But thank you for mentioning. Appreciate it. Good job you did. It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure.
Oh my God, the C-SPAN has the worst cameraman ever.
And these days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance. Anytime I don't get a subpoena, I'm very happy. They've gone after me, Mr. Mayor. You're peanuts compared to what they've done to me. And you're going to be okay.
Not putting that on the screen.
But I have to be careful, however, to understand that this will be the first time in the history of this event where jokes will be fact-checked, and they will be. And they will be. It's been a long tradition for both Democrat and Republican. candidates for president of the United States to attend this dinner. Always, it's a rule. You got to go to the dinner. You got to do it. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen to you from up there. You can't do what I just saw on that screen. But my opponent feels like she does not have to be here, which is deeply disrespectful to the event, and in particular.
That's right. You got to be here 8 p.m. Eastern every Monday, Wednesday, Friday to be part of the party.
To our great.
But replay works as well. Shout out to you. We're going to be the replay gang, all right?
Catholic community, very disrespectful. The last Democrat not to attend this important event was Walter Mondale, and it did not go very well for him. He lost 49 states and he won 1, Minnesota. So I said, there's no way I'm missing it. Actually, it was not easy for me to get here tonight. Because I wasn't going to miss this thing, no matter, I didn't care. I wasn't going to miss it. But that's true. Walter Mondale, 49-1. He was expected to do well. Then it didn't work out. It shows you there is a God. I mean, for those people that I understand the real reason that she's not here is she's hunting with her running mate, spending a lot of time hunting. In any event, it's a weird. You know the word weird?
Weird!
They called me weird. They called JD weird.
They called us all weird for wanting families. Weird. Glumtex said the worst part is I taught my wife how to cook, and now she blows me out of the water. Well, let's keep this family friendly. Just kidding. I'm out of practice, but I'll always be the king of pizzas. Word up. Word up. Save me some and freeze dry it. Send it to Jersey.
Weird. You know the word weird? They called me weird. They called JD weird. We're very solid people. This guy is calling us weird, but this was weird that the Democrat candidate is not here and with us tonight.
Well, this is what the lefties used to all say. This used to be the rally cry. Well, they're all weird. Like, keep Portland weird. And then all of a sudden, all together, they're like, no, weird is bad. Trump is bad. Trump is weird. Weird is bad. It's really weird.
I want to also congratulate somebody's going to make us all healthy. RFK Jr., we love you. I don't see him. He's campaigning all over the place. He's campaigning. You're all over. Hello, you both. Nice to see you both. You're doing a good job. He's a great guy, too. He really is. He's going to make us a healthier place. We're going to let him go wild for a little while. Then I'm going to have to maybe rein him back.
So here's what we're going to do, guys. You guys have been very generous, so we'll give you a little bit of extra time with this, and then we're definitely not going to make it all the way through this, even though there's not much commentary here. But I do want to give you, I'll give you the whole thing. But if you join the after party, then we will finish this up, unless we keep the party raging.
Because he's got some pretty wild ideas, but most of them are really good, I think. He's a good man, and he believes the environment, the healthy people. He wants healthy people. He wants healthy food. And he's going to do it. He's going to have a big chance to do it because we do need that. I would not have missed the Al Smith dinner for anything in the world. I still remember coming here as a very young guy with my father, Fred. He was a great guy, my father. He was a tough cookie, but he had a very big heart. He was, anytime we'd walk down the street, and you don't see it too much anymore, there'd be people standing with tin cans, and he would always take out $100 and put it in that can.
That's what we come here for, bro. The weird shit.
And I always thought it was beautiful. And frankly, I even think more so now it was beautiful because nowadays you don't see it so much. But I miss him, and we used to come here very religiously. And a great New York tradition has been born 79 years ago. It was born 79 years ago, and there are some people that were here for almost that length. I know many of them, and it's not a pretty picture. Not a pretty picture. The two candidates for president are supposed to exchange good-natured barbs, and we get along very well. I didn't like Biden very much, and now I like him quite a bit. And now I say that she's much worse than him. He was a much better candidate than her, actually. And when we hopefully win, dispose of her, I like her a lot, but right now I can't stand her. It's true. I can't stand her. I've never liked people that I was competing against. When you do, a lot of bad things happen. And we are doing well. By the way, the votes are starting to come in. You got to get out and vote. And Catholics, you got to vote for me. Just remember. You better remember I'm here. And she's not. I could have done that too.
Mm-hmm.
But you do something that's incredible. The Catholic Church, you're helping the poor, educating children, and supporting the vulnerable. But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds were going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis, and she would have been here guaranteed. Guaranteed. She would have been okay. She would have been okay with that. But I know this isn't my normal crowd tonight because it just isn't. It's not my normal crowd. Believe me, my normal crowd is younger, has a lot more energy.
Let's go! Hey, 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 hey,
Like
hey!
cash, lots of cash. But many of you are Manhattan liberals from the media and the Democrat Party. I always say the Democrat, Chuck doesn't like that. He likes Democratic, and it sounds much more beautiful. The Democratic Party. I always say the Democrat Party because it sounds worse. It is true. He likes Democratic. Why don't they just change the name? This way, it is Democrat. But I must say I was shocked when I heard that Kamala was skipping the Al Smith dinner. I'd really hoped that she would come because we can't
I'm gonna come.
get enough of hearing her beautiful laugh. She laughs like crazy. We would recognize it any place in this room.
Oh
and
my
all
God!
polls are indicating I'm leading
The
big with the Catholic
savagery!
vote, as I should be. But I don't think Kamala has given up yet. She hasn't. Instead of attending tonight, she's in Michigan receiving communion from Gretchen Whitmer. That's not a pretty sight. But Catholics, please don't be too insulted by Kamala's absence. If the Democrats, he says, thank you very much, I appreciate it. If Democrats really wanted to have someone not be with us this evening, they would have just sent Joe Biden.
Wah, wah.
He's having.
Are you asking if I have like a juicer for like fruits to make juice, or relevant to this? Yes to the former, no to the latter. But I don't buy fruits and vegetables anymore because they go bad before I can finish them.
Second thoughts, you know that, right? He wants to come back. If she does any worse in the polls, they're going to bring him back again, I think. Chuck, he's going to do it. He's the one that got him out. That's the guy. Much more so than Crazy Nancy, I will tell you, because I know him. He did it. Joe has almost disappeared from view. The only way he could be seen less is if he had a show on CNN. They had nothing. They've got nothing. Fake news, right? Fake. That term wasn't, they say that term is no longer in vogue because it's much worse than fake. I don't want to tell you what the real name is. I won't do it because all those cameras would shut off immediately. They don't like that. But apparently Joe didn't think it was fair for me to have the podium to myself with Kamala skipping the event. So he called, looked at me and said, don't. Does anybody understand that? Yeah.
That went over my head. What does that mean? He looked at me and said, don't. Is that like a corn pop joke?
Looked at me and said, don't. Does anybody understand that? Yeah. I thought it was actually very good until just now.
I think it might be. I just don't know what the reference is. Do any of you know what that reference was? I would love to get it.
It was
like,
announced.
It does. I mean, if that's a good callback.
This morning, that at a funeral yesterday, in a rare moment of clarity, Joe told Barack Hussein Obama, they quote, only a few people got that. Or as Rush Limbaugh used to say, Barack Hussein Obama. Remember? He was a piece of work. We miss him. But as he told Barack Hussein Obama, quote, she's not as strong as me. She's not as strong. Do you understand that? And Obama agreed, saying, that's true. Other than that, I think the Democrats are getting along quite well. Right? Again, nobody got that one. The fact is, we need new leadership in this country. Right now, we have someone in the White House who can barely talk, barely put together two coherent sentences, who seems to have mental faculties of a child, it's said. There's a person that has nothing going, no intelligence whatsoever.
I'm trying to look. It's very convenient how this logo is covering his face.
But enough about Kamala Harris. Let's get on to something. I know Kamala's worried because she spends a lot of time complaining.
So wait, this is Bloomberg. Who is this? Fuck. I recognize the face, and I recognize this. I don't know who any of these people at the top are, but who is this lady and who is this dude? Let me know.
I won't agree to another debate, but the truth is I've debated twice this year. Once against
Robert
Joe
Kraft.
Biden,
Thank
once
you. Thank you.
David Muir.
Oh yeah, the fucking that guy.
ABC. That was amazing. 11 times.
Wait, I missed it.
Year once against Joe Biden and once against David Muir of ABC.
Two debates, one against David Muir.
11 times. None for the other side. Do you think that's fair news? I don't think so. That's fake news. I don't know what's going to happen 3 weeks from now. It's going to be very interesting. It just started. It's actually, isn't it sort of exciting, right? It really, isn't it just exciting what's going on? It's a process. It's a rough process too.
They're all so mad. They're all so angry. I love it. I love it. Like, I don't know. Again, I don't even know who this lady is, but I can make, she's got a blue square on her fucking shirt. So I can imagine that nobody on the screen is voting for Trump here.
Not so pretty, and yet sometimes very beautiful. But the press is reporting that Democrats are starting to panic. They're panicking. They are panicking because, the votes that are coming in very, very strong a certain way. I won't tell you what way that is, but Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum. He looks glum. But look on the bright side, Chuck, considering how woke your party has become. If Kamala loses, you still have a chance to become the first woman president. Actually, do you mind if I do that? You gotta do what he's a professional.
Oh my God.
He's a good man, actually. I hate to say it. Don't ever use it against me, please. I'll say this dinner was really setting me back when I say that, but I've known him a long time.
All right, one more laughing fit, and we are headed over to the after party.
There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris? Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. Every one of those people.
Hey, oh my God. Donald Trump with the cuck joke to end the night. Let's hear it one more time.
Wives, lovers, there's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris? Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because...
He should have said it does sound like it. There was a bunch of women that, woo! He should have said it does sound like it. Because that was women.
Anybody know? Are some of you here?
See? Woo! Oh, I guess so.
White Dudes for Harris? Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. Every one of those people are voting for me. And as you may have seen, Kamala did an interview on Fox News yesterday. It went so poorly for her that the Democrats have been forced to install another 100 drop boxes throughout the city. And the upside really is Kamala now sees the benefit of deportation. She wants to deport people. She's vicious. She wants to deport people, and she wants to start by...
I thought she was going to start something about deporting herself.
Deportation. She wants to deport people. She's vicious. She wants to deport people, and she wants to start by deporting Brett Baer Fox. It's an interesting interview last night. A major issue in this race is childcare, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece...
Who caught it? Who caught it? Who caught it? One more time. Oh.
Race is childcare, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece of advice I would have for her in the event that she wins would be not to let her husband, Doug, anywhere near the nannies. Just keep him away. That's a nasty one. That's nasty. I told these idiots that gave me this stuff. That's too tough.
All right, guys. That's it. There's another about 10 minutes of that of his speech, and maybe not even that much. So yeah, about 10 minutes. And I would like to check it out in the after party, unless anybody would like to last minute be like, nah, let's do it for the people. Otherwise, let's give a big thank you to the donations of this stream. We got to shout out our boy Water Ice with the $1.99 said for Morty. Fuck Kamala. Thank you. And of course, the sponsor of the stream, as always, Funk Master General. My goodness gracious. My Lord, you guys are amazing. Thank you so very, very much for hanging out with me tonight. I know it's Friday night. You could be doing whatever you want. It's Friday night, and the election is in a couple weeks. There is guaranteed somebody else talking about exactly this stuff who is a bigger channel, more people in the chat, all of that stuff. But you chose to be here, and that means the world to me. We are building, guys. I promise you, I have my whole being in this. No Diddy. I have my whole being in this. I will put I just can't do it alone. And so thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the conversation. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for whatever it is that you do. If you are hearing my voice, if you are seeing my face, if you are aware of what Morty the Overlord means, then you are a part of this community, and it could not exist without you. I wish I had a better way to articulate how much I really do appreciate you guys. And it's difficult. It is really, really difficult. But hold on. What do we got here? Was that a false thing? Hold on. Wait, nope. Stop that. Wait. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Hold on. Dun. Okay, well, we can go this way. Shout out to Guam Tech. He said, let's keep it raging. And of course, that comes with a treat for Morty. Whoever sent a PayPal, give me a second. I see that it's there. I got a notification. I don't know if it's actually there, but thank you very, very much, sir. Let's keep the party raging.
That's a nasty one. That's nasty. I told these idiots that gave me this stuff, that's too tough. Oh, I did. You know, they told me the last time I did this, I was running against Crooked Hillary. And, I mean, Hillary.
Were you, though?
No, I was running against Crooked Hillary, and I did it. And I thought it was
the last time I did this dinner.
Roast. Gotcha. So I was told it's a roast. And I had the meanest guy you've ever seen write stuff up. And, man, was the room angry. Even the Cardinal remembers. I went overboard. Don't you agree, Cardinal? It was like terrible. And I knew I was in trouble around midway through because, you know, people had not, even my own side was angry at me. They were saying it's too much. But I did it anyway. I didn't give it. Campaigning can take a toll on a family and family life, although I hear that Kamala and her husband carve out some really beautiful alone time at the end of the day for an intimate dinner, just Doug, her, and the teleprompter that she uses quite well. And by the way, she wouldn't have liked this tonight if she was told about no teleprompter. I can't believe I saw a teleprompter. They said they've never had a teleprompter in the history of this dinner. I told that to the Cardinal, right? And then a teleprompter pops up for, he must be a very important comedian to get that. They give you one, but not me. How about that one? Come here.
$300 a month? Just for reasons. That's what they can do. That's some bullshit. Thankfully, hopefully, we'll be done in just a few weeks. This man is making promises as president-elect. Hopefully.
But he must be a very important comedian to get that. They give you one, but not me. How about that one? Come here. Yeah, and you did a good job. Tradition holds that I'm supposed to tell a few self-deprecating jokes this evening. So here it goes.
All right, let's see what he's got.
I got nothing. There's nothing to say. I guess I just don't see the point of taking shots at myself when other people have
already have
shooting at me for a hell of a long time, and they shoot at me. You know, they say about presidents, they say that Andrew Jackson was the president that was the most meanly treated. His wife died. She died of heartache. She was heartbroken at the way they treated him. And they say that second was Abraham Lincoln, but he was in charge of a civil war, you know. So, but those were the two, Andrew Jackson. Up until me, now they say it's not even close. There's never been a president that's been treated so badly.
Nice, dude. Good shit. That's gotta be, that's gotta be like, I can't even imagine. All right, give me 1 second. What is going on? I got a notification and they're showing me great news. You can get whatever. Oh, are we there? Are we there? Oh, hey! All right. So if somebody sent me a PayPal, hey, there he goes. If somebody sent me a PayPal, please let me know. The app is fucking up. But look who we got! Sarah Marie! Hey! I am so glad you are here. Look at this. He's getting the rest of that. He's getting the rest of that. Shout out to Sarah Marie. Look, I want to speak to you. I want to speak to you directly, Sarah Marie. I had heard that some people were being kind of shitty. And hey, in a free speech, in the Discord, in a free speech platform, that's going to happen. But please, always know that I have your back. I have the desire to make sure that everybody can express themselves. And if you ever have a problem with that, you come to me and I will make shit right. You are very much at home in my community, and obviously if you want to leave and be gone, that is up to you, but I would love for you to come back, and I will make sure that any issues there are taken care of. But thank you, and welcome to the party. Look how much he's loving it. We also got Carl's Frosted Tips. Well, now I gotta grab more treats. Now I gotta get. Here's what we're gonna do. Check this out. So, this stuff. This is what I use for work. Just freeze dried beef liver treats. But what happens is it gets all like stupid. I'm so mad that just happened. Anyway, there's all this dust here. There's all this dust from the crumbs, and so. Eat your heart out! There we go. Thank you. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw it. There is definitely not treats all over my desk right now. Did I get any of my drink? I didn't get any of my drink. Let's keep the party right here. And thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you so very, very much.
Andrew Jackson, up until me, now they say it's not even close. There's never been a president that's been treated so badly as me, and our people aren't happy about it. But I was treated a little bit rough, but I don't mind it somehow, and I think it's just part of the game. I'd like to thank them.
Absolutely. What you mean? I saw Funkmaster was with me. When did this happen? Punted? No, that wouldn't be him. What you mean? I know this man. He can smell them. They're all like, look at this. Like, Well, now my MAGA hat is not in the frame. There we go. All right. We'll give them to you. Don't worry. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Carl said, look at Chuck the Cook sitting there with his head down. Let's do it.
There's never been a president that's been treated so badly as me, and our people aren't happy about it. But I was treated a little bit rough. But I don't mind it somehow, and I think it's just part of the game. I'd like to thank our MC this evening, Jim Gaffigan. Most recently, Jim has been playing Tim Walsh on Saturday Night Live. And that'll be a very short gig, I hope, Jim. But it was fun while it lasted.
Oh, he really has. I forgot about that. Yeah, the guy that opened or whatever. He's been playing Tim Walsh on SNL. Oh my goodness, Sarah Marie, my goodness, you guys are amazing. Another treat for Morty Mort. Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, bless you. Thank you. Carlos Frosted Tips said Kamala not showing up is a huge insult. So I'm not super familiar with what this event is. I heard it's a Catholic thing. Is that I don't know who Alfred Smith is. Not that I necessarily care. I'll just look it up. But yeah, I mean, if that's the case, then the combination of her not showing up and then doing that weird skit with what the fuck is her name? And then yelling at the dude who said Christ is Lord or whatever he said at her rally. Like, oh, you're the wrong rally. You're a bad person. You shouldn't be here. Like all of that together. Again, I mean, regardless of what you and I may think of liberals who identify as Christians, Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't get it. I do not get it. All right, so that's all cleaned up. I'm going to give you guys a show. All right, we're going to move this out the way. Even though there's a bunch of bullshit there, we're going to move this out the way. Move this out the way. Move this out the way. All right, come here. Come here. Come here. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Yummy, 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 yummy. Yeah, yeah. Look at it. Look at it. He's eating all the treats. Oh my God. The treats. The humanity. Oh my God. Ah! Give a MAGA hat back in the. Oh, wait. Oh, God. There we go. Beef liver confetti. There you go. All right. There you go. I gotta let this all dry and then use my yeah. I don't use a compressed air thing. It's not. I have an electric one. But yeah, that's gonna need to happen. All right. Let's dive back in.
Live. And that'll be a very short gig, I hope, Jim. But it was fun while it lasted, wasn't it? Let's see how that lasts. It better.
I mean, hey, careful, bro. Careful, bro. Jokes like that is the whole reason that you ever decided to run. The whole reason is Obama's, hey, you'll never be here. That was a White House Correspondents' Dinner, but still, be careful. Jokes. Joe Mama said you might want to. Oh, yeah. I agree. But yeah.
Be quick. We don't want him, and I'm not going to say anymore. But unfortunately, Governor Walz isn't here himself. But don't worry, he'll say that he was. He's going to say. I used to think the Democrats were crazy for saying that men have periods, but then I met Tim Walz. The stupid show, The View, is so bad now that the other day I was watching it and thinking to myself, you know what? They really need to bring Rosie O'Donnell back. That show is bad. Those people are bad. I know every one of them, and they are.
Oh, you should have called her fat there again.
Bad news, I want to tell you. And it doesn't do very well either. I always like to say, ratings are very important. When they don't do well, it doesn't do very well. As I look around today, as I see.
Look at this, fuck.
See all of the usual suspects. For instance, Mayor Adams. I'd like to poke some fun at Eric, but I'm going to be nice. I just want to be nice because I know what it's like to be persecuted by the DOJ for speaking out against open borders.
Yup.
We were persecuted, Eric. I was persecuted, and so are you, Eric. The mayor's dietary restrictions are well known, but I've got to say, I've never met a person who's a vegan who liked turkey so much.
Well, as a general said, yes, it's a Catholic dinner / roast. When Trump was there in 2016, Maria Bartimero's boobs stole the show. Well, you can't just say that and then expect me not to look it up. I don't even know who that is. Maria. Okay, apparently I'm. Oh, her. Okay. So. What is it? L. Smith. L. Smith 2016. Let's get creepy. Let's get creepy. Let's get creepy. Bored.
Something about him with turkey. I just found that out today. I haven't been in New York that much. Don't let it affect you.
That's a good point. That's he specifically said, "Hey, these jokes that they gave me." But comedy is in the delivery. Comedy is in the delivery.
You're gonna win, Eric. We have another former New York City mayor with us. Frankly, easily the worst in our history. And it's not Michael, that I can tell you. I'm surprised that Bill de Blasio was actually able to make it tonight, to be honest. He was a terrible mayor. I don't give a shit if this is comedy or not. He was a terrible mayor. He did a horrible job.
Lay down.
That's not comedy, by the way. That's fact.
Hey.
But unlike the rest of New York, at least Bill doesn't have to worry about the criminals. They owe him big. He let them get away with a lot of stuff. Well, I'd better wrap up because Mayor Adams told me earlier that I needed to make this one very quick, especially the city has reserved this room for a large group of illegal aliens coming in from Texas. That's right. They've reserved many rooms many rooms, a lot of rooms, too many rooms. But in all seriousness, it's an honor
Many
to be here
rooms.
to support the
Many
city and
rooms.
the community. It's a great community that I love. I've been here a long time and I love it. And then it's going to make a big comeback, and I'm going to help it make a comeback. I'm going to win, and I'm going to make a comeback. We're going to turn this thing around.
Let's go!
And I want to thank a really incredible man, a man who was a tremendous politician. And actually, the fact that he was Catholic it probably did him in, right? It probably, nobody knows for sure. But he was a great guy, Al Smith, great guy. Everyone says it, happy warrior. I've said before that I'll say it again. I'll say it again as many times as I have to, directly to the mayor.
I just poured another drink. So if y'all don't show up in the after party, I'm going to be upset.
The governor, if I have the honor to be elected next month, we're going to see what happens. It's happening so fast. But if I have the honor, I look forward to working together to make this city greater than ever before. We're going to do that. We're going to be focused on. I'll work with the governor. I'll work with the mayor, Democrats. I will work with them. I work with whoever I have to. And we will even work very hard to bring back the SALT tax deduction. We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring.
Oh, Carl, the after party, of course, is in the Discord community. I have pinned the link to the Discord in the chat. You just click that link. You, sir, are a member, so when I see you join, I will be able to give you the permissions so that you can join the after party. And it's just a voice channel where you just click and you come in. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to, but you're actually on screen. You actually get to speak. Or if you just want to hang out and lurk and listen to the conversation, you can do that too. But yes, hit that link. Again, it is free. You're already a member. I don't know if you paid for it or if you got it gifted. Either way, that gives you the yeah, there you go. There you go. So many of you joined and just never checked it out. Guys, I'm telling you, that is where it's at. That is where it's at.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Okay. I actually thought about not
put a 1 in the chat if you have a good time in the after party.
Doing jokes tonight. I was going to come out here and say, listen,
please don't make me
our country is doing very badly. This is not about jokes. And then some person said, you have to do jokes. I said, I don't want to. There's nothing funny about what's happening to our country. And I actually meant that I was going to do that, but they convinced me to say some of the things I said tonight. I don't know if they were funny or not, but hey, you think this is easy standing up here and doing this in front of half a room that hates my guts and the other half loves me? Half of us love me, but maybe it's, I think 75% love me. But I actually do. I did think about that. And our country is doing very badly with respect to its open borders and inflation, crushing things happening in the Middle East and Ukraine. It's so sad to see what's happening in Ukraine. Wow. I had a lot of people very religious people come up to me tonight from Ukraine, and they're asking me for help. So sad to see so many people have been killed in Ukraine, and we're going to get it. We're going to get it settled up if we win. As I'm president-elect, I'm going to get that done. I'm going to do it before we ever get back. We have to get it stopped. Too much killing. It's killing, and all of those cities are coming crashing down. Those beautiful golden domes are crashing down on their sides. They're so sad.
Hey, shout out to Sarah Marie. Another donation. I got to find more treats here. You absolutely don't have to rejoin. You absolutely don't have to rejoin. I'm just saying that if it is a case of you left because of that, then I want you to know that is. Oh, let me make sure we're on camera here for our little guy. I want you to know that just personally for me to you that is not something that's okay. That is something that, despite the whole free speech platform thing, people being able to express themselves, being able to talk, I obviously I wasn't there. But I heard some stuff, and obviously I know that, English is your second language and people can be very shitty about it, but just spit it out. And, we all talk over each other and all that stuff. So I don't want you to feel like you have to do anything you don't want to do. I just want to let you know that you are absolutely welcome. And if there are any issues at all, I promise that I will take the time to make sure that if it is, yeah, there you go. Funkmaster said it better than I could. Do what your heart tells you.
Those cities are coming crashing down.
Thank you.
Those beautiful golden domes are crashing down on their sides. They're so sad to see. The whole thing is so sad. So we're going to be, for all those people, there's so many people came up to the dais, and religious people from Ukraine. And I'm going to say, and I told them, don't worry, we're going to get it stopped. It's too bad it ever started. It should have never started. It wouldn't have started. But we're going to have our country respected again. We're going to make sure.
Shout out to our boy, Funkmaster General. As we were discussing, goddamn,
sure that it's respected. And we're gonna...
I'm not mad at it. I expected more based on the description, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Oh, of course, we gotta hit that like button, guys. What kind of demon? What kind of demon watches a YouTube video and doesn't hit the like button? What a weirdo.
Wouldn't have started. But we're going to have our country respected again. We're going to make sure that it's respected, and we're going to go out and do very good things for ourselves as a country and for the world. These are challenging times for our beautiful USA, but I'm committed to working with every partner here in New York and all across the nation to build an America that once again is strong and safe and proud and prosperous and free. We're going to make sure together we can create a future defined by great ambitions and grand achievements that once again inspires the dreams of our children, brings back the American dream. You don't hear about the American dream anymore. We're going to make it possible for them to have the American dream. This is a very religious evening to me. It really is. It represents so much. My sister was somebody that loved the church and gave to the church. A cardinal knew that. Had a certain priest that she thought was incredible, right? For a certain very, very fine man that she thought was incredible. Having recently myself survived 2 assassination attempts. They survived. I have a chart that went down to the right. Fortunately, I looked at it's my all-time favorite piece of paper. But it went down and I looked to the right and I said, you know, was that luck? What was that, luck or was that?
Yes, sir. That was luck. But sure, go ahead. Go ahead and give the currents and the winds and the timing to God.
God that did that, and I think it was God that did that. I do. But I have a very fresh, Cardinal, I have a very fresh appreciation for how blessed we are by God's providence and his divine mercy. I mean, that was something I was not supposed to be here tonight. That I can tell you.
Oh, is that because, like, you were a Christian of convenience and didn't actually have anything to do with Christianity except for the fact that it would help you get elected because the party is bullshit? We're not going to litigate that here. We can talk about that in the after party. But yeah, I wanted to make sure it was out there. Carl said the more they tried to kill him, the stronger his campaign gets. Bingo. So, I mean, as long as y'all miss, keep trying.
So with God's help, I know there is nothing that cannot be achieved. We can achieve so much good with this country and get together and unify. I want to thank the Al Smith Foundation for its noble work, and I want to express my tremendous gratitude to the Catholic community. It's a great community. It's a community I've gotten along with all my life. I'll tell you, when I was president, I was in the Oval Office and I got a call from the Cardinal. And he said, we need help. It was during the China virus. I want to be accurate when I describe it. And he said, we need help. Our schools are.
Is this motherfucker wearing a U? Okay. So that blue square is a Democrat. I mean, not a hard guess, but again, does anybody know who this bitch is?
In devastating shape. They needed much more than $1 billion. I won't even tell you the number, but much more than $1 billion. But I've known the community and I've known the schools. I know so many people that were educated in the Catholic school system, and they are great. And they just speak with it like with love, much more so than almost any system that I've seen.
Except towards the nuns.
And he said, sir, we have.
And often to Catholicism, but play on.
A big problem. We need a number of billions of dollars, or we're going to have to close down the New York school system, the whole system in New York. And I said, give me 15 minutes. I think I can find it. And we gave him billions of dollars. And you know what? He stayed open and they thrived. And to this day, I hear you did just about the best job there is in education. So, and that was always an honor. And every time he sees me, he says, thank you very much. I said, I know what you're talking about, but we worked together. We were a good partnership, right? We got that money in about 15 minutes.
Money.
We put to very good use. But I just want to thank everybody. This is a special evening. It's a very serious evening. I think we have some serious problems in the world, but they're going to get solved, and we're going to make America great again. And thank you very much, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Let's go! All right, guys. We did it. I did not expect to get through both of those within the normal kind of time. So that's really cool that we got to get through both of those. I'm glad that I chose to go with the clips. I did listen to the full version of the PBD podcast and the car, but it was a lot of, again, because it's Trump, there's a lot of stuff that we already know what he's going to say and what he thinks and how he feels on this stuff. So I don't think we, especially hearing what we did hear from the whatchamacallit, the town hall. I do think that this, with all three, we got a good picture. So I'm happy with how those played out. Yeah, if you did not see yesterday's stream, I would implore you to go skim through and see if after we left the town hall and we went into some of the other games and stuff, I would implore you to kind of check out some of that stuff and let me know in the comments what types of videos did you like. Because I would love to be able to do more shorter stuff, and then like streams where it's just a compilation of we'll talk about this clip and then we'll talk about that clip and talk about that clip and that clip. The main thing is always going to be breaking down larger or longer conversations, but especially at a time like this, over the next month or so, there's just not a lot happening other than the election. So yeah, if you can give me some insight on stuff that you like, I'm here to be a dancing monkey for you. That is what I exist for. But again, I gotta thank you guys so much. You guys really, really, really did come through and bless me tonight. And we didn't even crack 100 views, but I'm okay with that because you guys are here. You guys are here. The people that care are here, and I know that a bunch of us are about to go have an even deeper conversation in the after party. So yeah, I could cry about it. It's been a slow month in terms of views, and I think I got 19 subscribers in the last 28 days. What is it? Wait, let's actually get the number. It's probably gone down since then. Where is it? Now I'm curious. Where's my fucking phone? 16 new subscribers in the last month. So yeah, the fact that you are here is a declaration that you care, and it means the world to me. It means the world to me. Also, oh yeah, we got that, and yeah, and I appreciate it to know, and thank you. Whether you opened your wallet or not, obviously I need money. Obviously, that's how the world works. But whether I don't know your financial situation. If you can't contribute to that, that's perfectly fine. This is a free show. And we will get to the place where I personally don't have to worry about the money because I know I believe in this. And I believe in you guys. I believe in us together. We're not there yet, but we definitely will. As I always say, we are way closer to the beginning than we are to the end. Thank you so very, very much for hanging out with us. Once again, we have our co-host Morty here, who got a mouthful and a half. No, did he? And of course, I am your host, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, or if you're a member, come join the after party. If you're not, then join the Discord and be part of the other conversations. Until next time, guys, we are out of here. Peace.